Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I just can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Jake.
There you are.
No, nothing.
No, now I hear you. I hear you.
Real. Give me a second.
Where are you going?
There we go.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
good. It wasn't working on my end. I couldn't hear you. Now it's working all correct.
Well, now it's just working somehow.
Okay, good. They said we can hear Luke, not Jake, but we now can hear Jake as well. Lingering with Luke, Wednesday, July 9th, 8:37 p.m. I was about 5 minutes late for my own show today, which is fine. I learned that from John. Lots to discuss tonight. I didn't have time to get the shelf update done. I was busy. I did a 90-minute phone call with that guy about the job. And then I had to do my shipping. So I got that done. And I didn't have time to do shelf updates, so no shelf update. Jake, what do you got first this evening? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
I'm just proud.
Got like a 90-degree bend in it.
Like super happy that you had that 90-minute phone call, man.
Went very well.
Hell yeah.
The guy's a talker.
Wait, are you about to light up a... Oh. Shall we?
It's got like a 90-degree bend in it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ashtray right there.
No,
great call.
You should be super happy, man. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So I'm gonna go to his office on Saturday morning at 11. Go have an in-person.
And this is
powwow.
in where Marshall is?
It's downtown Huntington.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So right now I actually work in Barbersville, which is the town, like it's where the mall is. It's like 12 minutes from Huntington. So this job is actually mostly in Huntington. The offices are in Huntington, and then like most of their warehouses are in Huntington. Most of the rental properties are in Huntington. So
gotcha. All right. So
obviously my biggest failure is I don't know anything about construction, but I know everything about business. So I can learn construction pretty quick. When I started at my current position, I didn't know anything about purses.
You got to start like Googling rebar and cinder blocks. And
it's all widgets, man. It's all widgets. It's just like when I purchased furniture, I didn't know fucking shit about furniture.
Dude, don't talk about construction that way. Construction.
No. I can figure out the construction part. It's easier for me to learn the construction than it is for construction people to learn business.
So you're going to be the liaison between business and construction. Is that what you're basically
telling me? No, not at all. I would be in charge of purchasing and logistics.
Oh, so you're just trying to get the lowest price for...
And, and also, like, make sure the materials are going to the job correctly and there's not multiple trips being made to Lowe's, things like that. Gotcha. Joining us right now, our Chief Operating Officer... Ladies and gentlemen, Timothy Fax, who still looks like he's in the Army.
New cut, dude.
I know. I cut it. I buzzed it all off.
Cut and a new attitude.
A new wispy, fresh attitude. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel.
Did you cut it yourself?
I love it, man.
I did.
I love it.
I did.
I wouldn't have the confidence to do that. Why didn't your wife cut it for you? She's around, isn't she?
Not currently. She'll be back, so I'm on my own, just... fucking
doing it yourself.
Yeah, because usually she gets the back, so that's why I'm not showing the back.
Yeah,
don't
show
the back.
I looked at it in the mirror. Yeah,
I'm gonna get cleaned up.
You can already see like Saturday. The fade. The fade is kind of messed up. There's no top fade here, right? But I kept going too high, so I'm like, fuck.
I'm a little confused to be honest with you, Fax, because that's like a $20 haircut
right there,
and I feel like you could have just paid somebody $20 for that.
Yeah, but like. I don't know. I felt like I had it all figured out. I was like, I think I know what I want. And then I was like 60% through and I was like, all right, I fucked this up bad. All right. I'm
gonna have to got it. Wait, did you have a different, like, where you had a different length and then you were just like, fuck, I fucked it up. I got to go to a shorter length.
No, it wasn't like that much longer because I knew I was going to cut it short because I had it like I like the floppy cut or whatever.
At any point did you think about going to a 0?
No. That wasn't an option. This is like the lowest.
When you said that reminded me. When I was like 7 or 8, my dad was gonna buzz my hair for me, and he go like, zzz, oh shit. He forgot to put the guard on completely. So I was bald.
He forgot to put.
That'll do it.
Entirely forgot. So I was bald that whole summer, basically.
No, I remember I had a summer like that too, but I think it was because the lice one time.
Oh God, I never got lice.
And then another time, my dad
got
just
lice,
fucked it up. But when I was a kid,
shampoo. I didn't think you had to shave your head.
Well, now you did. In 2004, they didn't really have the shampoo.
Honestly, you should probably shave your head and use the shampoo.
Yeah, probably.
Should probably be the correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because you still
got
like
lice, like just cut
your
it,
scalp
like, over.
Yeah. There's a South Park episode.
Like, you got to start over,
which is great. Which is just like it's like, oh baby, like he's trying to like save his little baby, like lice.
Jake,
I don't know.
I got a question for you, Jake. I've had a South Park song stuck in my head for like the last 2 weeks. Do you want to guess what it was?
Kyle's mom is big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
There are too many minorities
in my water
park. And then I like the part where he goes, even the authorities
are
minorities. And then I like all the Mexican people in white T-shirts in the pool behind him.
I watched through South Park one time, and that was just in 2020 because we were Jess and I we were at her mom's house, and she loves that show. So during 2020 when we were
the
all
mom of the show,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
that's a cool, mom.
When we were all cooped up inside, it was just on constant rotation. South Park. I'm pretty sure like we had watched like every episode.
Were there and the vast majority of the episodes came out before the 2020 anyway, because now they're like 5-episode seasons.
Yeah. Well, that's when I knew, because I think the next episode or something, like when it was previewing it, it was just the trailer for that like return from COVID part. That's how I knew. Mm-hmm.
So you definitely went through like 17 seasons.
Yeah.
Like if you know who Sharp and Marvin is, then you started at the beginning. You know,
I finished King of the Hill the other day. I watched episode 1 through.
My wife loves that show.
Like, I kind of
sad thing. It's a sad thing to do. You know, I still haven't watched the final episode of Futurama.
So here's something about the final episode of King of the Hill I was confused about. I thought, like, because I know they're bringing the show back and they keep saying, like, the Hills moved to Saudi Arabia. That wasn't in the final episode at all.
No.
It was just a regular episode. And then it
just Mike Judge was just like,
dude.
Bringing them to Saudi Arabia?
Something like Mike Judge was like, yeah, and then they moved to Saudi Arabia and now they're back. I guess afterwards. I thought that was going to be the finale.
He is now looking to just make it so absolute, like...
I'm not really interested.
Have you ever seen Idiocracy? It's on Hulu. Yeah. Like, you gotta see it. He predicted the future. Like, it's unbelievable. And then he did like Extraction, and he did Office Space. He did Silicon Valley. Like,
great show.
Like, the dude is just all over the place when it comes to writing.
The guy with the long hair from Silicon Valley is in the Spider-Man movies. He's like a teacher or something.
T.J. Miller?
No, the other one. The hacker one.
Oh yeah, he's like he's like chaperoning on the field trip.
Yeah.
Thomas Middleditch?
No, not even him. It was the coder, the engineer.
Oh, dude, that's Star.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Martin Starr.
Martin, yeah.
I just was watching.
He was in Freaks and Geeks and like Undeclared. He's an Apatow baby.
Yep.
He was in that. I watched the second Spider-Man movie, the one where they're in Europe, the other day, and he was in that. I was like,
did you ever watch Party Down?
Never heard of it.
With Paul Rudd, the Showtime show with Paul Rudd and like Martin Starr and like, what's his name? Marino. Not Dan. Dan. No, Ken Marino. He's like like what would be his, like, that would be his main role, or else like there's a couple. If you Googled him, you would know his cameos. I can't tell you exactly what his cameos were, except for the one where he's the brother to Paul Rudd in Yes Man. Okay. And there was the thing where it was like, put your head down, put your head down, put your head down, and it was like, oh, I know what you're doing, you know. Oh no, that was Hader.
Josh Hader.
Yeah, what was Ken Marino in? Josh
Hader,
baseball.
Bill.
I have no idea what you're talking. Oh, you're talking about Hader,
Bill
like
Hader. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Okay.
Josh Hader, closer for the Brewers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A while ago, but I don't know where he's at now.
He's still in the league, getting paid astronomical.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know what team he's on. Once he left the Brewers, like 4 years ago, I stopped paying attention to him.
That's the last time I noticed him.
Is he?
So
yeah.
So I want to get into this at some point today because I'm curious with Fax's story. I broke my glasses today. I accidentally sat on them a couple weeks ago. Oh, and like they're old anyway. I got them in 2021.
All right,
but like
do you still have the screw?
Like the screw's still in there, but like the plastic that it goes into is warped, and it's not gonna like it's stripped out. I was screwing it back in for a few weeks.
There's no
and now it's
unless you want to burn them. There's no other way.
They're done. So I called. I found because I'm fucked, dude. I can't drive. I can't do anything without glasses. I am so blind. I have astigmatism.
What about contacts? You wear contacts?
I don't like them. I wore them in high school. I never liked them. But so I need to get an eye exam. I had an eye exam in like 5 years. So I called the place and I called around and like this. I couldn't get anything. This lady's like, we got our first openings in September, and I'm like, all right, lady. I'm like, all right. So if my dog gets sick, I can call the emergency vet. It's going to cost more money, but like I'm going to be able to get him to the vet. Like. There's got to be a way that I can get an eye exam within the next 48 hours. There has to be a way. If that way is like,
I don't know, dude.
If that way is for me to drive to Columbus, Ohio, or Lexington, Kentucky, and get one there, Cincinnati, and she's like, all right, like, and then she's kind of just let me talk, and I'm like, So then she goes, all right, I got you. How about 10 a.m. on Friday? And I'm like, that's beautiful. I love it. And she's like, you owe me. And I was like, yes, I do. So I'm gonna stop at Kroger on my way, grab some donuts. And then I'm on my way to the
get her flowers, dude. Get her.
I'm gonna get the donuts for the ladies at the doctor's office, and then I'm gonna go next door.
No, don't get them donuts, dude.
I'm gonna go next door.
People like donuts.
People like donuts, Jake.
You're getting a bunch of women donuts.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the stereotype's dead. People aren't like.
So then I'm gonna go.
More to office
then I'm gonna go next door to the eyeglasses place, and apparently they can do them in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I get a new pair of glasses. So.
Yeah. My wife did it. It was super quick. Fast.
What is it?
So what is your story?
LensCrafter's like
it's
90-minute thing's been around for forever.
Huh?
What are you eating off to the side? That was really quick, by the way. You could put it in.
So Fax, I want to know. Fax has a story. I want to know what Fax's story is.
Yes, I do.
I've been waiting for the story since like 2 p.m.
So I woke up this morning. I was like, today's the fucking day. The fuck was that?
The Penne's talking to you.
It would be kind of cool if somebody just like murdered Fax.
Gunshots. That's what it was. That's why I stopped.
No.
Because I'm like, that wasn't a firework because there was like way more echo. And I was like, that was like a crack. I'm like, okay, a couple shots popped off. All right. So anyways.
So he was ready to bring into
action. I woke up this morning ready to rock and roll. Not as ready as that guy apparently, but I was ready to rock and roll. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm going to fucking pack up all the heavy shit. I'm going to move it all to the storage unit while we wait for like the new house or whatever. And then...
Okay, so give some context. So you're moving from an apartment to a new house or an old house to a new house? What's happening here?
Yeah, so I'm moving out. Like, we're moving out of Augusta. Since I'm done with the Army, I don't have to be here anymore. And we're going over to Clarksville in Tennessee. We got a friend there, and then we just like the area, blah, 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 a million reasons. But we're going to go over there. And right now, so the way it is like, since Jess isn't here, it's just me, and then the boys are with my mother-in-law down in Florida while I pack up stuff and like just move everything and then head back down. So I've been like packing up everything I was like lifting the couches, the dressers, cabinets full of shit, just getting absolutely destroyed minute by minute by these things. They were just kicking my ass all day. And I just like clocked out last night and I was like, but tomorrow, dude, we're going to like finish everything. I walked over to the car. I walked over to the truck and I like was like, all right, packed up. I go back inside, get everything. I'm like, where's my keys? I was like,
oh no,
keys. And I looked at the house is pretty empty. So it's not one of those things where like the key could be like falling in the couch or some shit. It's like, it's going to be like somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I looked around and I was like, well, all right, I think I know where it is. I go outside. First time it's ever happened to me. Fucking keys in the passenger seat. Just sitting there. And I was just like, and there's no one here. I don't have a spare key.
Normally
they're locked in the car. You locked them in the car.
Yeah. The keys are the keys are in the car locked. And I am on the outside.
Car locked. Oh.
Yes, I am on the outside, not able to get in and unlock it because the unlocking tool is in the locked box. So
that doesn't make much sense.
So I'm like, man, what the fuck do they use to get their keys out? I'm like, oh yeah. They use the clothes hanger. So I go get a clothes hanger. I'm there with the wire clothes hanger. But here's the thing. The beautiful thing about my truck is every other car seemingly ever invented has all of like their little lock tabs for the doors. It's like on the trim right below the window, right? And they take the hanger and they pull it up and it's unlocked. Yeah. My locking little fucking switches are on the handle of the inside of the door, and they only go in or out. A little one of these, in or out. Yeah, they don't go up and down. They go in or out. And the hanger doesn't have enough weight to press the fucking unlock button. So
then you get a piece of rebar and a wedge.
We'll don't worry.
Let's skip ahead to the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have my keys now, but I'll just say that. But so I'm just sitting there fucking with it for like a good hour, wanting to kill myself, wanting to kill anyone who looks at me, wanting to fucking, I don't know, go in, beat off, calm down, come back out, finish it up, something. But I was too sweaty.
Think about punching the window.
I was so close, and then I remembered like an hour in, I just sat there for a minute, and I'm just like looking at the truck. And I'm just like, this is my fucking life right now. There is nobody here. Just no family, just no fucking key. All the shit's gone. It's just me in this truck. And I'm just staring at my keys. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm like, I got a crowbar in the bed. And so then I go in and I grab the crowbar and I just like wedge it into the door. And then I start opening the door.
Oh, God.
And then I got like a tent pole because it was more weight and straight. And I'm starting to pry it in through the door. And then all of a sudden, across the parking lot, there's this like white Camaro. And inside, I just hear this little voice.
That's your guardian angel.
No, that's the undercover cop that's about to arrest him for breaking into a car.
No, I think the guardian. If it's a Camaro, if it's a Camaro,
Jake is more on the side of history. Okay. So it's like all of a sudden I hear like, oh my God. And then it's like she gets out of the Camaro. And she walks over. It's like this 30s, like maybe like mid 30s, late 30s Latina cleaning lady. I think she's like subcontracted through the apartments because she was cleaning the unit above me. And she comes over and she's like, oh, yes, I'll help you. We'll get this done. And so she takes the crowbar, fucking wedges it into the door, and she starts prying. And then I'm there and I'm trying to get the thing. And we're sitting there and we're like brainstorming. And we're going through these ideas. And she's like, if I do this, I'm smart and I win. And I was like, I agree. I'm like, yeah, if you solve this issue, you win. And we're using the hanger. And then eventually we are like, all right, let's just try to get the keys. And so then we go to the other side. We get the tent pole and clothes hanger. And both of it is so close, but just not working. And then she takes the clothes hanger and the tent pole. And she wraps the clothes hanger around the tent pole, and then at the very end,
wins.
And then at the very end, she puts an L bend in it so it will hook on the key ring. And I was like, all right. And then so I go in there, and for like 10 more minutes, we're kind of fucking with it because we just can't really get the right angle because we can't get the door. But then all of a sudden, finally, I got it, and she was fucking ecstatic.
You got the keys.
She's like, oh my god, the key, grab the key. Yeah, that was the easier way. And so then I got the keys and I got them out, and it just.
And then Fax
did you guys hug?
ICE and had her deported.
Did you guys hug?
Yeah, we did hug.
Nice.
It took everything. And
then he had her deported.
Yeah, and then her and hubby are on the way home. But no, but yeah, it was just like this random Latina cleaning lady, and
so I will say, Fax. Being in a similar situation when I lived in Ohio, I would always think to myself, man, if I blew a tire right now, I'm going to change my tire. I'm fucked. There's no way to help me. 3 hours away, my nearest help. My coworkers aren't going to drive an hour out to where I live because I live out in the sticks to come help me. I'm fucked. So I got AAA. AAA is a great investment. I got rid of my AAA last year because I live here now, and like my folks, like I'm never.
The only time that I had,
but I probably need to get AAA again. AAA will
the only time I had a fucking like actual crazy experience like that was, and he didn't experience it. I experienced the, oh shit, I'm locking my keys in my car. I'm locking my keys in my car. I'm locking my keys in my car. Lock. You didn't experience that. You were just oblivious to the fact that you apparently just toss the keys and lock the door.
Yeah, because I think it's because I always have shit on the passenger seat. I always have my shit.
But like, so think about if you've
looked at the keys as you close the door, and you're like, "Fuck!" As you,
it's a slow motion thing that you're cognizant.
It goes but I've also done the thing where like, "Fuck, where are my keys?" Like, they're in the back. So
like,
I got
luckily I was at a gas
I got the weirdest
station.
thing going on. This is my car key, and it's got this little, it can come off, and like I can use the manual key. The fucking battery in this goddamn thing. It's one of those little tiny like watch batteries. I've changed the battery in this thing 3 times since I bought that car 5 years ago. It's dead again. I got to pull the fucking key out.
What is it, like a
not bad?
Like a 2032?
No, it's a 2019.
If it's a normal watch battery, that's not bad because some.
But it drives me nuts.
Don't take normal watch batteries.
I lost this piece once. I lost this part of the key one time.
That looks like a Honda key.
It was in the back of my car. I found it, but I lost it.
Key?
And
Toyota.
Huh? It's Toyota. So I called Toyota. This is a $900 key.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Those fucking things are ridiculous. I don't think it probably is $900 if you want to get it. Just like if you don't have one and you have to replace it, because it used to be, I believe it used to be like there was a.
They have to have it coded to the fucking computer and everything.
Now it's the coding was a lot simpler back in the day.
I had a 98 Chevy pickup truck. I lost the key. I needed a spare key. I took the key to the hardware store and they cut a new one for me and it worked perfectly fine.
Awesome. Like do you know like jet skis? Like like a jet ski
jet ski's like a big meth guy, right?
I'm talking about the actual jet skis that you like go on the water.
Oh, the vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual like.
You have like the bracelet and shit for your key.
it's like this like floating thing that you just like pop on and then you hit start, right?
Yeah.
Back in like early 2000s, every key worked for every fucking dude. Like.
Well, it's like a cherry pickers. Every key works for cherry pickers.
Jet skis.
Well, that reigns true today for like Cat and Komatsu and Kobelco, any sort of construction machine, because every time, when I was working, I would go to like a website. It was literally called like getkeys.com or some shit. And I ordered every company that I've seen on a job site.
Yeah, Jake, you can literally go online
and then I just had a huge ass key ring. And I can operate every
$3 key that could open up any $500,000
steal a Komatsu. You could do it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could, but I mean, most of them have trackers in them now.
Because you remember during the big flooding in North Carolina and stuff, and they weren't getting any assistance from the government. People were like, "I don't know if you guys know this, just let you know, all Cat keys work on all Cat things. So if you happen to have one around and nobody's driving it, if you have a key, you can start it.
Help us out, got you.
Hell yeah." Cat keys are like
they still haven't
fucking gold.
What was that?
Tell you what, that's the best fucking business to be in. Owning a Cat franchise. The Cat franchise guy
or
in every
John Deere
state is so
or John Deere.
Same thing, yeah.
Can't do
Like
it.
in West Virginia, it's Walker Cat. That guy is
Only
fucking loaded.
Like
So
heavy
Cat
machinery.
Cat or Komatsu, like when I graduate with my mechanical engineering degree, those are like
That's
the two
cool.
companies that I would dream of working for.
What's your idea to
That's a
like
good degree to get.
fix one? Like how do you fix it?
I just want to. Well,
I mean,
I
don't think there's been a new design since the backhoe. You know,
I want to
There's gotta be
design
something else.
them, and I want to design like a
Kind
work
of a-
truck for them too, because I just feel like it's a medium that either of them should have tapped into. If they had like just a solid like
Oh, I see
diesel
what you're
work
saying, like-
truck,
Yeah, like a plane, you can hose the fucking interior out if you need to. Like,
yeah, just something
No
super
bells and
functional.
whistles.
It's built just like the machines.
it's
that they're
built so
carrying.
you can
Yeah.
put your fucking idiot roofers in it, and they're
Exactly.
gonna
Yeah,
destroy it, but you're gonna
but
be able to fix it.
still
They're gonna
street
destroy
legal?
it, but
But
Yeah, still street
yeah,
legal, safety rated, all that shit. Yeah.
that's the problem too. Is the safety rating.
Thank you, Jackson.
Says Fax's hair looks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my train of thought got off because earlier I was saying when I was younger, I had, believe it or not, an even more kiddish face than I do right now. And I couldn't really pull off the buzz cut, but now that like my jawline is like sharp and shit, and like I can grow facial hair, the buzz cut works a lot better. That's why I like doing it now, because I was fucking hot the other day, and I was like, wait, I'll just cut off my hair.
You're hot every day, bro.
I got a lot of hair right now. A lot of hair. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Going on.
I think,
I feel like
that's
that's
what
not-
it was.
I feel like
I
that's
overthought
not
the
right.
top.
You know, you take a shower, you walk out, it's humid, you never get dry.
There's nothing better than when I had short hair.
Oh,
'cause, like,
yeah,
you don't have to you have the option of not taking a shower in the morning if you have short hair. Just
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Mhm.
When you have like hair like I do, if I don't get my hair wet before, like it's bad. Like it's bad. And I'm not allowed to wear a hat.
There's like a giant poof back here. And
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
well, I
yeah.
have
That's
like
been
6
that's
cowlicks.
been super
so-
nice.
Because I used to wear a hat,
Same.
and like
Same, that's
I'm
why
not
they-
allowed to wear a hat. But then they finally like I remember I wore a hat on like one of our Zoom calls, and then I was also like being kind of a dick. I wasn't really being a dick, but I was like,
No, I think you're
kinda
probably
like-
being a dick.
sort of. And then like 2 minutes later after the call, I get an email about like the dress code and not to wear a hat. My assistant manager was also wearing a hat because he's balding, and he's he's like kind of he's like a kind of like Tommy, you know, like a backwards mechanic. You know, he paints outside the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little colorful.
Documentarian.
Yeah, he's colorful, so he likes to. He's a little ashamed of his bald spot, so I feel bad for him. Like it's like not fair. Like I don't really care, and I have all this hair, and he cares a lot. It would mean the world for him if he had half as much hair as I do. So I'd be willing to give him some of my hair if that were a thing. But
I mean, it's unbelievable how quickly you grew a beard and a mustache back, man.
I didn't
clean
get rid of
shaven
it. I
look-
still had it.
Oh, you still have the mustache. You had no beard though. The clean shaven.
No, I had a
look was
beard.
new
It was
look.
just. It wasn't. I wasn't clean shaven. It was
Just
Well,
stubbly.
Mm.
Yeah.
little shorter.
We were talking about that earlier.
Little 5
'cause,
o'clock
you were saying,
shadow.
Your Jess isn't around to cut your hair for you. I gotta clean up.
You were
'cause I
getting
got that. I'm
so
gonna go on
good at
Saturday and
fucking
meet this
putting
guy. So I'm
penne
gonna
in
have
your mouth super quick.
my girlfriend
Practice.
shave my face for me and shave
Oh,
the back of my neck.
she
for
can
me.
give you a shave too.
She's not gonna cut my hair, but she can shave the back of my neck for me. And yeah, she's much better at shaving my beard than I am.
Will she
Never
do
let that
like a
woman-
straight razor?
I feel like
No,
Jess
no,
would
no,
fuck it
no.
up, man.
I would
Oh,
never trust her with a straight razor. She says she can do a straight razor on my neck. I don't know.
That's just
Well,
terrifying.
I mean, if there's
It's such
any
a-
time to trust her to try it
Dude, I
out,
cut
you know?
Too
every
vulnerable
single
of a
time.
position,
I
man.
just use like automatic.
Let her try it out.
It's
on
not
your
called an
kneecap
automatic razor, but you know what I
first,
mean.
or your
Turn it
elbow.
on, it goes. Zzz. I
Yeah.
use like a beard trimmer every damn time, dude. I cut my neck. Like I have like when I get done like cleaning my neck up, I have like 5 or
You have
6.
to actually like do a.
Oh yeah, me too.
You actually
oh, yeah, I
have
get
to
fucked up all the
shave
time.
one time.
I haven't shaved. Jake,
Exactly. You have
probably-
to go down.
Holy shit, dude! I wouldn't be surprised if it's been well over a decade since I shaved. I just use the beard trimmer.
Dude, if you actually did like a 5, like a Schick 5 razor.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I always got razor burn, dude. I always got razor burn.
not now. Not now. Right?
If I were gonna get a
unbelievable.
razor and like
And
shave, I
also,
would buy
just
it.
like
I would
don't
buy a
do it
single
when you're
blade.
drunk, then don't do
No.
it when you're like.
Well, that's
you
usually when
know?
I shave is when I'm drunk.
Yeah,
I would
but,
buy
like, we can't
a
do
single
that.
blade
And
metal
make sure
razor.
you're not dry. Make sure that skin's not dry. Make sure you put some
Yeah.
moisture on it, because then you end up with like shit like this. You know.
You can't tell
And
because
you
my
don't want
camera's so bad, but my
And
nose
also, I
is
have a butt
completely
shit.
peeled. And Salt Life, by the way, I've been salt lifing, and it's impossible for me to get color, dude. I had a nice I got burned a little bit, but it wasn't the worst burn. It had some, it was red. The color is red. It's not tan. It's never tan, but I had red.
I'm peeling.
I'm peeling right now. Every part of my back is peeling. My nose peeled. I'm back to my base ghostly pale.
There you go.
So you trying to become the color of like Fax's shirt? What are you trying to? What's going on?
No, I just want to have a little bit of color in my face.
What
the
is
color's
this?
Red, dude. The color's
burgundy.
Red. I just get red.
That would be red.
That's the UPS color. Is what that is.
It's like red. No, it's like
red. If red and tan had a baby,
I think
that's what it feels like. Red and brown.
I think the color's a little washed out on your camera right now.
Red and dark tan.
No, it looks decently accurate.
Okay.
Compared. Yeah.
Never mind. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
It's only my goddamn fucking show.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you had that color on your face.
By the way, we had at 1.6.
It would change.
We had 6 viewers on YouTube at one point. We're down to 1 now. It's probably Hoodie. Shout out Hoodie.
My fault.
Well, hey, that's loyalty right there. I like these kinds of things where we can just talk about whatever, because all we're doing essentially is just catching up and having a regular conversation like anybody does, like before work or some shit.
Yes.
This is just like a fucking break table right now.
This is easier for me too, but also like on Spaces, I have a hard time.
Place if you want to.
I have a hard time speaking if I can't see if other people are speaking.
Yep.
So on Spaces, it's tough for me because I don't want to interrupt people, but I also I don't know if somebody's going to talk. It's the same thing used to fuck me up when Vodka would be on Meeting the Minds, because he'd never have his camera on.
Yeah.
So I would never be able to and he would talk a lot. So there's also people like Jake. Like Jake will see people are talking, doesn't care. Just go right through. That's whatever.
Well, some people are like that. Like if you were to look at
Jake.
Every other member of my family, they are all also like Jake.
Yeah.
The other 9 people are like Jake, and
it's hard.
Me
realize that
I've got a lot of that in me. I interrupted that guy on that phone call probably 7 times. So I just interrupted Fax. See?
No, I mean,
So 9 out of 10.
I've got a mic. We've got a mic.
9 out of 10 people you hate in your family.
Like the one you got right there.
What you were trying to get to, I think, right? Fax?
Oh, you got a Rode mic?
I don't know if it's the same brand, but it looks like the one you got right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you if you looked up how much they were, because I didn't know. I got it as a gift, so I don't know.
Are you using XLR? Does it have a?
Yeah.
Watch Fax has a $5,000 microphone.
It's not $5,000.
I just
That is a Rode.
I know for a fact the thing I use, the mixer or whatever, that's like $40, if that.
Dude, the toner, $50.
Oh, no.
Good mic.
I just when I go and cut clips of stuff and I'm on them, I'm like, oh my god, I sound terrible.
I mean, he's got his on a swing though.
Yeah, this thing was only $8. It was only maybe. I think it was 8 or 7. I just did lowest price, highest rating.
You guys remember when Brando's girlfriend bought him that microphone?
You have a dedicated space. So
it made me sad.
That shit's
the Temu microphone. I get this. It's the same thing. The same feeling I get when people donate these workbooks for kids to learn how to do math problems. They make me sad on the inside because it's oh no, that's a kid.
No,
that's
we need
struggling.
to get better in math.
Oh no,
our children need to be better.
His girlfriend just spent $12 on a terrible microphone.
Well, that's what for me, that's kind of like even when you're gift giving or gift receiving, the gesture of Brando's girl, awesome, very sweet,
great gesture,
very very kind, and very very nice of her. She seems like a wonderful lady. But I'm just saying, if I'm giving a gift and I know it's a specific niche or something. Usually, I'll Google.
You don't cheap
look
up.
it up.
Same with airline tickets.
Well,
you want the refund, can't do the
middle ground. Yeah.
So, for example, I love baseball cards and comic books. Don't buy me baseball cards and comic books. Give me money so I can buy baseball cards and comic books.
Same
thing with somebody who really loves.
Do you think you know more about baseball
or give
cards
me
and
something
comic books than I do?
Give me something useful, like an organizing box or something, or a display case.
An organizing box?
Yeah, like a comic box, like what.
Dude,
Luke
I
said.
need comic boxes
Oh,
so bad. I don't know why the fuck I don't
thought-
buy them. I own 0 comic boxes, and I own
My brother has like
hundreds of comics.
20 in his closet, just of the boxes.
So my
Is that like
dresser,
the-
my dresser is filled.
What
at
are
home.
they?
I
Are
have
they
a,
like
I have a
humidors?
4-drawer dresser, and all
Huh?
4 drawers are filled with comics.
Are they like humidors? Or are they like?
It's like no.
No,
It's
it's
like
are they like the
box.
file thing?
yes,
It's
like a file box.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it is
Alright,
exactly
so,
like
yeah,
a file
there's
box, but like
3 over
Yeah, it's
there.
a
Yeah.
$3
shaped-
investment.
yeah.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like you walk in and like there's glass and it's all wood and like it's like
no.
you
I
know,
need cardboard.
Oh
to put my
no,
comics.
not like a display
proper-
case. No.
proper oxygen level, and then
Here,
you
I'll
open
pull
it
one
and
up
you have to
for you so
close
you can see it.
quickly and-
It's just like a card box. It's
Dude, I wish
a cardboard
I
box.
knew like
this.
I wish I knew
No,
the
hang on,
shit
Jake.
that like my brother had, so I
might
could
have one.
tell you guys. Like,
Oh
hey,
no, I know exactly what to get. I just have to get it.
no, I meant like I mean
Oh.
like I just like all the things that he's collected because you guys are into like collector's items. And
Yes,
things like
similar
that.
to that, Jake, but like on a bigger
Yeah.
scale. Like I need a full box.
Like the second to last one on the top, that's the
Yeah.
one that my brother has. He has those and kind of like the first one
long
as well, where it's
boxes.
just
yeah.
the long skinny box or like the short skinny one.
Yep. The other
That's
thing
what-
I got
that's
to
what he
buy
said.
too is kind of funny, but like I've had the same
Long, skinny
cardboard
box.
boxes for my cards for like I haven't bought new boxes in at least like 4 or 5 years. I got to go buy some boxes.
I have comics somewhere.
Oh,
I
that's cool.
think
Can
I think they're at the
can
top
I
of the box. I'll be right
get some
back.
comics. I'll go. Let's do some comic for comics.
Okay, let's do comics. You guys go get some comics to show me.
But also wanted to talk to you about. Have you ever seen an amazing record collection?
Yeah.
Just in disrepair. It like kept in a box.
Oh, yeah,
in
like
a
a-
basement.
Like an
And-
apple box,
Ugh.
like a box that like apples once came in, or an old Gateway computer
And, like,
box.
And it's like and just like every like the record's okay, but everything outside of it is like growing mushrooms and
Yeah.
shit.
So Jake,
You know, it's like
I hate talking about this. Like, I'll go ahead and tell you, but when I moved out of my apartment back in like 2016, I forgot my record collection. I left behind
I'm sorry.
like 200 records, and like a lot of them were like records that I was given from like by my grandfather. Like so I felt terrible. I hate thinking about it, but
Dude,
yeah.
you know,
And my mom has
The
never
thing-
brought it up.
you remember
A lot of
Listening to the album.
Joan Baez records just left behind.
a lot of Joan Baez. Wow.
Love Joan Baez
Oh.
and Peter.
Dated
Hold on,
Bob
I need my
Dylan
earbuds
for a
on.
little bit.
A lot of Peter, Paul, and Mary.
That's kind of pussy collection, to tell you the truth.
All right,
Uh,
If that like
Hey,
was
Fax, how you
the-
doing, buddy?
just coming back with my collection. This is
I'm gonna
every
say Peter,
single
Paul, and-
comic I own.
Oh, I'm
bet-
excited.
I bet the third was Jefferson Starship.
Mostly for my favorite series, personally, just because I haven't read a lot, so I don't have a very skewed perspective. It's pretty basic. But I have the first compendium of the Walking Dead comics.
Those are cool. Omnibus.
Yeah, and I think my brother has the second and third, and maybe even the fourth he was going to give to me. So
Dude,
I just
feel
got to
like
go
there's,
get them.
like, I'm being honest with you. I think there's like 15 of those.
Yeah, and then here, actually, you know what? Since we're on that subject, because that's most of my comics is Walking Dead ones.
That's an
I
Image
start-
comic. I like Image. They do Spawn. That's an indie comic.
Yep, I've heard of Spawn. So
Spawn is
That's-
Image.
yeah, that's one of my recommended. But it's like this, like since I have the first compendium, I don't have really any single
Can you
comics.
stop saying compendium? Say omnibus.
What's omnibus?
OMNIBUS. It's what they call it when they take all the like what you just showed me was an omnibus. But I just like
Gotcha.
saying that word. I like
Yeah.
like
Omnibus.
Yeah.
I like it too.
That's your Walking Dead omnibus.
Omnibus. But yes, I don't have really any single comics from that era since I have it anyway. So this is like
That's
fun
a flop.
fact.
Is that a floppy?
y-
No, that's
Yeah.
a trade paper, isn't it? Or is that like a regular comic book?
yes.
Yeah, we call those floppies. You got a floppy.
Okay. All right. I have the entire Whisper War of the Walking Dead. This is
Cool.
part 5, but
Cool.
I have the entire one, and I think I have 2 of the limited edition covers.
It's a cool cover.
Just because the place that we go to in Melbourne, Florida, if you're ever in Melbourne, Florida, and you want to go to a place that has good comics / collectibles and all that shit, go to Famous Faces. Really cool place. My brother just started taking me there to like make me do shit, and so I would go with him and drive him there, and then I started
cool store,
going there. Yeah. Oh, this is the one. So in the comics, this is The Walking Dead as well. This is the character called Princess, and this is her debut comic. And I think there's one more that
first
I have.
Appearance.
First appearance. Yeah. So, I think I have 172. This is 171, and I stopped reading. I can't tell you why. I'll never give you a reason because I just don't have one. I forgot it, but I stopped reading, and I think there's only like 8 more until the series ended. So I could have just like waited 8 more months and then gotten the rest of the series, and then I could have finished it on my own whenever.
Yeah.
But since I randomly stopped reading for some reason, there's just like 8 more that I just could finish at any point and haven't.
I'm about to.
I'll probably
is that
reread.
all you got? Walking Dead stuff?
No. I was about to say I got The Boys, Volume 1.
Okay, I don't know anything about The Boys.
I love the show.
Another indie comic though.
Yeah, I love the show. I love the spin-off show. This actually, my take on The Boys is that is the best. They have the best spin-off show in any show in history.
What's the spin-off called?
It's called Gen V. It's about college kids and at their university. And I was very upset when they announced it, like that they were making it, because I was like, fuck, man, this is going to be just another Marvel fucking thing. All these shows, all this diluted universe shit. But then I started watching it because I was like, I have to give it a try because I bet there's going to be some shit in the new season that I'm going to need for context, because that's how all shows work nowadays that have branches. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And I watched it and I was floored. I was like, holy shit, this is like just as good, and I think better than a couple of the seasons of the actual show. Like, it was fucking amazing. And
I like that. I haven't watched it yet, but I like that one guy. What's his name? Like Homestar or whatever?
Homelander?
Homelander. I like him.
Oh, yeah. He's
cool.
Great. Just great piece of shit. I fucking love him. How he's just so good at it. And then, oh, there you go. This is actually funny given the description of what I'm about to describe, because I'm about to say this is a comic book of The Walking Dead, and on the cover it is Jesus stabbing a zombie with a pride flag.
Nice.
Jesus. But the
is that a variation cover?
Yes, this is one of the limited edition ones, I think. But I never tried to get limited edition ones. I would just get the one that I needed, and it happened to be limited edition. I was just on this one. So, but yeah, it's the character's name is Jesus, so it is literally Jesus stabbing a zombie with a pride flag, and I think that's funny.
Oh yeah,
because it is kind of funny. And then I think here, let me see, because oh, this is the last one right here.
Excuse me, I choked myself.
It was the spin-off comic about
choking
Negan.
Yourself, dude.
So they did one spin-off about Negan for one of the issues. Then I stopped reading. I think that's why, because it was just, I naturally was like off the main plot, and then I think I got distracted with something else.
So
then I never went back.
Did you ever read Watchmen?
No, I've not read The Watchmen. I'm
just Watchmen.
Really just The Walking Dead, and then some of The Boys. Like, I haven't even finished that Boys book that I'm reading. I got when DC did their Rebirth.
Yeah.
That was the first time we went to that comic shop in Melbourne. So they gave us like free ones. So this was the Rebirth of Green Arrow, and then I think I have the Rebirth of Batman. No, it was just the first 2 articles.
Marvel is gonna start doing like DC does, where they're gonna reprint like you can buy like fairly cheap. It'll probably be like it might even be black and white, but it'll be like the classic stories and like the I can't remember what they're gonna call them again.
Dude,
like
I finally understood why Omnibus doesn't make much sense. If you ever have you ever seen on
I didn't even know I had
back
this.
of the back
That's
of
cool.
like a license plate? It says omnibus when it's like a big van.
Yeah.
Then this is also an omnibus. I don't get it.
Omnibusy.
Oh, this is the one that I put a cover on because apparently this is a good collection. My brother told me. So he gave me one of his sleeves because this is part 1 of the Whisperer War.
Hang on,
Get yourself some
they
sleeves.
call that no, they don't call it that though. They call it Jesus Christ. What do they call it? Holy hell! Do you want these bagged and boarded? I think maybe like
bagged and boarded. That makes sense because you got the cardboard sleeve behind the bag.
Oh no, I have a bagged and boarded one. Like a bagged and boarded means they put an actual piece of
thing on the back,
cardboard.
Yeah.
Or like
that's what this is.
I'm just trying to think of what the actual like term is.
Yeah,
I think this is cardboard.
Yeah. It's cardboard. Yeah, they always they charge like a quarter for that, but I'm on like a pull list, so it's free for me. So they always go, "Do you want these?" Well, if it's a new person, if otherwise,
like you get one of these, which is awesome, right? And easy to read, or you could just keep like buying. Well, this is bagged and boarded, but
I know, but I like the floppies. I like having both. So this is gonna sound silly, but for Conan the Barbarian, that's my favorite series. I buy the floppies and then I go back and I buy the trade paperbacks.
That doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, that
buy all of the Silver Surfers.
I think I bought a Silver Surfer, by the way. Let me check and see.
There's a Fantastic Four omnibus or whatever, and I had it when I was a kid, and I think the main storyline was printed on my birthday, but like on the day I was born as well. It was like May 4th, 1999. So I think for like 4 or 5 years, every year on my birthday, I would take out that book and I would read the Fantastic Four. It was the Fantastic Four.
Is that when the Fantastic Four actually like encountered the Silver Surfer?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Silver Surfer.
It was like that's what I remember because I was introduced to the Silver Surfer and
you were introduced into the big. Oh my God! How am I fucking blanking on his name? But
Galactus.
Galactus, thank you.
I don't think he was in that one, but yeah, it was Silver Surfer. No Galactus. I think they mentioned him because isn't Silver Surfer his son?
Galactus. No, Silver Surfer is like indebted to him.
Silver
Surfer comes from Shangri-La. He was a human. He
Superior Avengers.
That's numero uno, dude.
Web of Venomverse. This is
like what? Stuff. Jake, you said numero uno?
Yeah, go back
Spider-Verse versus
was
Venomverse.
It date or was it not?
Doctor
No,
Doom?
it's number one. Number one. Superior Avengers. Number one.
Oh, I thought you were saying Doctor Doom is number one.
This is really good. I would highly recommend
it's
the Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man Giant Size number one. Fantastic. Good. Very good.
The only thing I have to compare to that is like.
And then right now we've got the One World Under Doom.
Black Hood number one. And then
I love Doctor Doom so much.
Black Hood.
You would love what's going on in Marvel right now. He's all over everything.
My favorite comic ever.
Wait. Black. Oh, I like it.
I've been buying a shit ton
Okay. As far as like cinematic stuff, do you guys keep up or at least loosely keep up?
Dude, I'm actually almost all the way through.
This is what the Dark Knight was based off of.
That's cool.
Oh, I forgot. I have the Killing Joke there too.
Killing Joker.
The Killing Joke. It's like the Joker one from like I think 80s or 90s or something.
This is like Frank Miller, like Dark Knight.
Frank Miller, that's his name. He did. I think he co-wrote the Killing Joke.
So DC does. Marvel sells more comics, but DC sells more books. Because DC, like everybody buys like
novels, dog.
Everybody buys like you're talking about, like the Batman, the Dark Knight story, or
that's right. The Killing Joke story.
I bought the Superman Red Sun story recently. That's the one where like if Superman were born in Soviet Russia.
Yep,
yeah, and like
maybe
that happens.
Actually, maybe you told me about it. I think you're the one who actually told me about it.
It's good. It's good. I read it.
Because we were talking about it. You said that.
The other one, the other DC comic that I like is I have Batman versus Dracula. That's good.
Yeah, I actually heard those were pretty good. I also forgot too, because it's like with my books, but I also have Civil War.
Oh
So
yes, I need to get Civil War.
yeah, I have Civil War. I need to read it, and like every time my son finds it, he'll like bring it out and start looking through, and he just goes, Spidey, and then
you need to read Watchmen.
Yeah,
I gotta get.
You really do. If you haven't, and like that's Frank Miller's masterpiece.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've been buying a lot of
praise
like you were showing me, like the omnibuses from work because we've been running them an auction, and I've been getting them cheap as hell. So I've got multiple. I've been buying. I've got a bunch of the Punisher ones, Avengers versus X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which Punisher?
A bunch of Deadpool. Like, I got the War Journal. Here, I'll show you. I'll grab some of it.
Wait.
War Journal.
A
lot of Deadpool.
How do you feel about Robert Downey Jr. being Doom?
I don't mind that. I just I wish he was still Iron Man though.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it.
To be real with you,
I hate it. Funny enough, that's who I was talking with. I was talking with Cinema about it when it first got announced. Because he had tweeted out like when they announced it, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm so fucking pumped, man! Like I can't wait for Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom." And I messaged him, and I was like, "That's like the worst decision in like movie history." I'm like, I think it's so dumb that
I don't know that I like him as Doctor Doom. I got this one, which is The Punisher 2014. I've got The Punisher Nightmare 1 and 2, like the 1 and 2 books. I've got The Punisher Irish Kitchen, it's called. I've got the War Journal, whole thing. It's a good one.
Honestly, it should be Willem Dafoe.
Well,
I can see him being a good Doom.
Yes, I agree. He would be a fantastic Doom, but because he had, in my opinion, an Oscar, not only Oscar worthy, but Oscar winning appearance as Green Goblin in the latest Spider-Man, I thought
basically ripping him off.
I mean, he did so fantastic. It was just every scene.
Dark version of the Green Goblin.
That's what I'm saying. And he did it so well. He did like the darkest part of the Green Goblin from Sam Raimi's film, and it was awesome.
Sam Raimi just let it get out of control.
But the
third one was just stupid.
My thing is just like, I don't want somebody who's already been in the MCU to play Doctor Doom.
It's weird to me, yeah.
Doctor Doom
like
is his.
Yeah,
Doctor Doom
repeat,
especially like, and
he's so far above everybody. You can do it with so many other people, but you can't. Like that's the one guy you should not do it.
The argument is going to be that
there are people that have already been repeated.
The argument is that Iron Man's dead, and that
but Iron Man is like the beginning of the MCU. He's like the most iconic MCU guy. The Iron Man movie 2007 or whatever was like the beginning of everything.
And there's
I hate to give Favreau like the fucking props, but he did it on. I rewatched that just like recently. It's fucking good.
Same.
Favreau was also the Daredevil's buddy in that movie back in like 2002.
He also
with Ben Affleck. Yeah,
he was the main reason Elf got made.
He was what? Froggy.
That's awesome.
Foggy Nelson. Foggy
Nelson or Froggy?
I think it's Foggy Nelson.
Foggy Nelson. Okay. Yeah, I thought.
Wow,
they're remaking Green Hornet.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't care.
Are
they? Is Green Hornet DC?
Green Hornet or Green Lantern? One of the ones that
Green Lantern's DC. They're remaking Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's because Nathan Fillion's playing one of the lanterns in the new Superman movie.
That's the thing. The DC like heroes just don't interest me, other than Batman. Like none of them interest me.
And then, do you know who else interests me? Is Arrow, and he's basically Batman.
Well, the thing about Arrow is it's always going to be associated with that fucking girl show from the
CW. But I loved the first 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons were good.
I never watched it. I just know chicks.
And then they got it
fell off.
To a WB. Then WB just tainted it.
Because they made him have like a fucking team, and then it became.
They tried to make it Smallville.
The Arrowverse.
Yeah, exactly. That fucked it all up. Them making an Arrowverse fucked everything up.
Like, the worst manager I've ever had. Fucking loved the Arrowverse.
Didn't Hulu try and like reboot that shit?
I think they tried to do it with like Legends of Tomorrow, maybe, but With Arrow, the first 2 seasons, like in season 2, it's Deathstroke, and it's so fucking good. It's a good Deathstroke. That was a great portrayal of Deathstroke, and it was like a solid enemy. Like he had solid enemies, and then I think season 3 and season 4 were like really slow and kind of like the enemies weren't very good, and it was too like Flash, I'll help you too. I can go across to your show. Whatever, like that gay shit.
So they did that.
And then season 5, they had season 5 had Prometheus, who is like this really good. He is like another archer, just kind of like how Flash is. All of his enemies are just another fucking fast guy. Same deal. Season 5, just another archer. But this guy was actually good. He created chaos. He brought Arrow's baby mama to a fucking island and then rigged the island with explosives, and she was like the only one who didn't get off. Yeah, he was like
Disney basically took Loki and ran with it.
Yeah. He was an agent of chaos. Did you guys
see Loki, that show?
I saw season 1. I liked season 1.
You'll like season 2. You should watch season 2.
Okay. Do you know what I like? People don't like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love that.
I'm only on like episode 3, and I haven't watched it in a couple weeks. I'll have to start it over and watch it again. But
I just like it because it's just, that's what I'm saying though. Like
there was a few like kind of like roll your eyes moments, like in the first 2 episodes where it was like, yeah, because white people are bad, and it's like yes, of course.
I think,
but like I expect a little bit of that. But
exactly, that's what
Daredevil. Did you like Daredevil?
That can ruin your that can ruin a lot of people's watching experiences because a lot of people can't get past that. They always have to turn it into a victim thing. They're always like, okay, not all white people are bad. I'm not watching. No, okay, yeah, but people are gonna do it. It's how society is nowadays. Like, it's just it's annoying, but it's gonna happen.
I really liked WandaVision.
Actually, really good.
I watched that one a couple weeks ago too.
WandaVision was good. Did you like She-Hulk, Jake?
I like She-Hulk, dude. I thought it was.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't know that I'll like it, but I'm gonna watch it.
It was set out because the comic was not supposed to be serious. So
yes. She's Deadpool.
It hits it perfectly.
She breaks the fourth wall. She makes jokes. Yeah, it's like it's a similar style of Deadpool's comics.
Yeah,
I'm kind of Deadpooled out, like Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Like
I thought that Wolverine movie was fucking.
I haven't even seen it yet because
it was good.
It's at the end. I'm watching the timeline kind of through. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've hit the point where I'm at Eternals. I don't want to watch it.
Well, this is where.
And then the next one after that, the Doctor Strange
Deadpool
one, I don't
movie,
really care
because he just makes fun of it the entire time.
So yeah, and then
Shang-Chi, I thought sucked. I didn't give a shit about Shang-Chi.
I thought it was pretty good.
I think if they would have done if they would have done a better job at introducing him, if they would have introduced him and then had that movie, I think that movie would have been better.
I have Shang-Chi comics like at home that are not bad. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just so different.
Too much compared of the fucking, whatever her name is. Like
so your kid's old enough to watch Teen Titans Go.
Aquafina, way too much.
Aquafina sucks. Hate her.
It's like all right, I get what we're doing here. With
they do not, Jake. No,
I didn't hear Jake.
Once you get to that point when you're able to put on Teen Titans Go, it's like it'll be SpongeBob. Like you will sit there and you will watch it and enjoy it more than they do.
Oh, I've seen most of it, and I think I've seen the movie too. I love that show. It's a good show. It's not as good as Teen Titans, but
no,
it's funny.
If I had little boys, I'd be trying to get them into watching.
I have
because there's so many like Disney Plus has a million like
a
Batman shows and all like if your kid likes Batman, like you are set. Go on HBO Max. There's 7 million Batman movies on there, like animated movies.
I'm lucky. I'm the other side of that spectrum. I'm the Marvel version. He likes Spider-Man. Yeah.
And they have X-Men 94.
As long as it's not that YouTube bullshit. Like if they're watching an actual fucking show, like
it's a mix.
I'm trying. My niece does that. I'm like, oh.
I know. I'm doing a good job though of like slowly shredding it because I hate it as well. Like the YouTube video ones, like when the kids.
I tried so hard.
Don't you think you want to get them more like serial?
And she didn't give a shit about
get them into. Like how old is your oldest?
5.
All right, so I mean serial with an S, not with a C. Like get them into a serial thing where it's like, oh, we need to watch the next
Tricks?
one. You know?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Serial is in series.
So
that
5 is very young.
Yeah, he's not really like that yet. And also on top of that, he has autism, so he's not as like
all good. I do too.
Well, yeah, he's not as like receptive, but when he kind of like has his own idea, basically when he does what I was trying to tell him to do 10 minutes ago, but he comes up with it on his own, he's all about it. So like, yeah, you have to like set it up and then walk away. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then let him kind of like slowly. It's kind of like he slowly walks over to the fire.
He's got to
like,
figure it out.
Yeah,
I would just say like myself, if I had a kid and I have to sit there and watch their bullshit, like I would definitely be so much happier.
Because he excelled in
Incredible
like,
Hulk from 1996, or like fucking the Animaniacs, or Pinky and the Brain, or the stuff I like to watch.
The Hidden Temple.
And like I remember that. No, I don't care about that. But
that's how I would teach Stranger Danger.
Silver Snakes. I would always cheer.
You're a little bit older than me, Jake, and you're like Fax is way younger than us. But like Legends of what'd you call it again? I'm sorry.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That was before my There was a show.
He knew a teen.
He knows about it, but that was a little older than I was. Like that wasn't on television when I was a little kid. There was one after that though. There was a game show on Nickelodeon with slime. I can't remember what it was called though.
Yes,
it wasn't Slime Time Live.
No. But it was like a trivia show. Yes, I know. Yes. Brain something.
Hold on.
No, there was
that was like my
Figure It Out with Summer Sanders.
I remember that one.
There was
it was right before Figure It Out.
Hold on.
We're not talking about like the thing with like the Mega Rock and stuff.
No. I know what you're talking about.
We talking about Double Dare?
No, Figure It Out was from '97. I think that's it.
I don't think
it has a brain in the background.
Yeah,
Double Dare. Yeah. Double Dare is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
Robert Sanders was such a babe. Married to Eric Schlope, fucking ski racer.
Double Dare was kind of like when I think of
she was an Olympic swimmer.
Hidden Temple, like my Hidden Temple is Double Dare.
I'm talking about Global Guts. You're right, Trent.
Our revival ran in 2000. Yeah, 2000. 2000 Double Dare was like.
Trent, stop playing video games and talk.
I think they tried to make like a game show when I was a teenager. Like when I was in middle school, I'm pretty sure they tried to like bring back like one
Double
game
Dare
show.
Again.
They brought Double Dare back in Double Dare 2000.
Not 2018 or 2000. It was like 2010, maybe 2011.
I definitely remember.
Didn't you grow up like during like the Drake and Josh years?
I was a little older.
Is that Disney or Nickelodeon?
Close. No, that's Nickelodeon. I was like,
yeah, that Drake kid.
I was like probably like when I was in high school when Drake and Josh.
Yeah, we watched that documentary. Yeah, I was like,
that documentary was gross.
Elementary. So for me, I grew up. It was like iCarly, Victorious, like
yeah, Drake and Josh started.
A couple of other ones. Drake and Josh was like at the tail end. Big Time Rush.
Britney Spears' kid.
And then no, that's Zoe 101, and that was
my bad.
That's also slightly before that. But keep in mind, I have 4 older sisters, so I've seen all. I've seen it all.
You saw Hannah Montana and shit.
I've seen the Degrassi episode where they have a school shooter.
Yeah,
how old is my oldest?
Yeah.
33. 30?
Okay, so that's my age.
32. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
10-year difference.
Okay.
6.
5-year difference.
6-year difference. Yeah.
So you would have watched. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm in the middle.
You watched the one with the school shooting, and did it affect you?
No, I was just.
There was a Drake and Josh.
Actually, you know what? It did actually a little bit, Jake.
No, we're talking Degrassi, man.
It kind of scarred me a little bit. It kind of scarred me a little bit because I was like 8, and we had like DirecTV, right? You're going through the channels, and then I see Nick, and it's like Teen Nick, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the show Degrassi, and I think the episode before or something was like there was something in it that was like kind of racy for like an 8-year-old, and I was like,
and
it was probably super tame like looking back, but like when you're 8, you're like, oh, like I'm not allowed
probably
to
wasn't
hear
that
or
tame. If
see
we
that
went
or
back and
whatever.
watch that. I bet you it was probably fucking gross.
Yeah, probably. And then like the next episode, I was like, I kind of just remember it. It was like the kid, he's doing the trivia show, and Drake's character, he wins them the trivia tournament because the question was who is the only or who is a team who has never won the Super Bowl, and he got it right with like the Buffalo Bills or something, or like the Vikings.
No, the Bills.
And then like they're celebrating
because it's close to Toronto.
Yeah, and they're celebrating because they won, right? And the kid goes like to his locker, or he goes to something, and they like spill feathers and cheese on him or something. And he walks away, and Jimmy, Drake's character, comes up to him. He's like, "I didn't know they're doing that. What the hell, man? That you hurt my friend." Blah blah blah. And then the fucking shooter kid goes home, and then he comes back with a pistol. Right? They're in the hallway, and they're looking at each other, and he's got the feathers on him still, but he's like all stoic now because he's like, I'm just gonna kill everybody. And he's in his locker and he's putting his shit away and he's got the gun. And then Drake comes up and he's like, "Hey yo, whatever, what's your fuck name? Jabroni. What happened over there, man? That was messed up. Like what?" And then
Drake like rolled up to him, right? Because Drake's in a wheelchair.
No, this is how he gets in the wheelchair.
No!
This is how he gets in the wheelchair.
Oh,
I swear to God, this is how he gets in the wheelchair. Yeah. So
he walked up to him.
So he walked up to him. He's like, "Brother, that was so messed up, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And then the guy's like, "I thought you were my friend." He's like,
so good at acting.
He's like, "You betrayed me." And then Drake's in there. He's like, "Whoa, man."
And then Drake gets paralyzed.
No, he slowly backs away. And then this is why I remember it so vividly, because he turns around and he runs like a fucking retard. He's like, like his hands are up, up. Like just imagine like I can say retard because I have a son who you see him running and he's like, and then I thought,
the black.
Dude, I thought this is a Nickelodeon show. Nothing's actually gonna happen. Motherfucker gets shot in the fucking spine. Like shot, I see bullet hole, and I see blood, and I see Drake go, and then
Next episode, to be continued.
No, and then it keeps going because the dude walks around and the school's shut down, right? Yeah, because that's next episode. And then that episode ended with like one of the jocks like going up to him and like hugging him, and then like the gun goes off or something, and I think kills the shooter.
It was a soap opera, man. It was ridiculous.
I was 8. Like,
oh yeah, dude, that shit just like
I'm just watching like murder. Like I just got. Dude, I'm like fucking coming right off of SpongeBob in the Backyardigans, and then I just gotta see Drake.
It doesn't matter.
Shock time.
You were 8. That show was like you were part of their target demo, dude.
That's funny.
That's the weird thing.
I somehow never watched that show. Like I missed it every time.
That's all I've seen.
Once it got syndicated, dude, it was.
I didn't realize.
See, like it wasn't around when we were growing up, but once it got syndicated, it was on all.
Okay,
I must have been watching something else.
No, because
he's younger than us.
No, I'm just saying, like the only reason I watched it was specifically because the cable channel had like different types of Nickelodeons. So like later on, it was Teen Nick. Yeah, and so that's the only reason it existed.
That's not Teen Nick. That's fucking.
I don't know how the fuck I never watched the goddamn show.
As far as I'm concerned, when I was a kid, that was fucking HBO.
Did you see Nick?
So, like, I was super into Seventh Heaven when I was in 3rd grade.
You saw what?
Huh?
What was in 3rd grade?
Oh, when I was in 3rd grade, I was super into 7th Heaven.
Oh, I remember that show.
That dude's a pee-pee. That dude touched kids.
That was kind of like the only show that I watched that was like.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like Rob McElhenney came forward.
Yeah.
So I fucking had no fucking idea. Like no idea. Like
holy shit, Degrassi started in 1979.
Dude, it's a soap opera. It's
when
like
did it go to America?
No, the original series.
It's
kind of like Saved by the Bell. It looks like where it's like
I was gonna say, but when did it go?
1979, 1986. Degrassi Junior High, 1987, 89. Degrassi High, 89-91. Degrassi: The Next Generation, 01 to 2015.
That's the one.
That's the one that was syndicated in like the late 2000s to Nickelodeon.
So the show that we're talking about is Degrassi: The Next Generation.
Yes.
Okay.
And also on Teen Nick, they would show like regular shit too, like
show like Ren
Victorious,
and Stimpy, probably,
and iCarly and
Modern Life.
So
no,
this
that
is
was
a
cartoon.
show, by the
that
way.
was
This
Toon
went
Nick.
till this show went till 2015. So this
Too
is
many
a show where,
man.
like,
Yeah.
This is a show where like Drake was on it like season 1 through like 3 or something, I assume, and then like never was on the show again.
Yeah,
no, he got shot in the spine.
He got shot. Then he was like in a wheelchair, and he was like in a band. And I remember because like one of the episodes, it was a random one I saw, and they were like in the garage. And
you need to talk to MM about this.
And
dude.
Drake is doing some like, well, Drake's doing some shit, and he pisses off one of his friends. Like,
True.
He's doing something on the drums, I think, and it pisses off his friends. And he's like, I don't care that you got shot, man. You're starting to annoy me. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, he played drums? Drake?
I think he was like sitting there.
Shot you. Yeah.
No, he was like, I don't care that someone shot you,
play
Jimmy.
The bass drum. That's one thing that he definitely.
He was just like saying that. He was like, you don't get a pass to be annoying because you got shot. And I'm like, I don't think that's why he's doing it.
You fucking bitch. You got shot.
I don't think. Well,
that's
yeah,
but Jake. Jake,
that
you just said I had a question. If he was paralyzed, how the fuck's he playing the drums? He's not playing one part of the drums.
He's not playing the. He's not playing the fucking floor tom. I can tell you that.
He's either doing this part or he's not.
No. Yeah. I don't.
Oh, he's only from the waist down.
No. That's right. Yeah, but you need the bass.
So you can only use
the kick drum,
bass, and you also need
drum.
You need 2 feet. You need the floor tom, which is the bass, and you also need to have your.
He wasn't the drummer.
He
wasn't the drummer.
He should have played
the drummer. That
he wasn't the drummer. He was fucking with them. Yeah, he was. I think he was fucking with them.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you're paralyzed from the waist down, you have to play a string instrument. There's no way that you can
or a wind instrument.
Yeah, but like there's no way because you have to be able to use your feet to play drums.
Guitar.
Yeah.
That's a string instrument. Okay, cool.
You play guitar, you can play bass, you can play trumpet, you can play anything that does.
You can play alto sax.
I'm trying to play guitar.
You play tuba. You can play tuba.
I gotta like facts. If you want to like start playing guitar, I'll start playing guitar again.
Yeah,
I used to like be able to play guitar pretty well, but I haven't played it in years and years. And I have a nice Martin guitar, like, and I feel bad that I don't play it. Like, so
I got an electric guitar for you if you want it.
Oh, no, acoustic. I need to start acoustic. I listen to hip
music. Dude, Trent, if you want to, Trent,
well, there's nothing more acoustic than an electric guitar.
Strums and chords, sing. That's all the ladies want. You just got to strum the chords and sing.
I can do those things. So I want to be able to do the second part.
Like facts would be
dude, I remember when I finally, for the longest time, I couldn't sing while I played. And I remember when I finally was able to, I fucking broke through, and I was like,
the muscle memory kicked in?
Yeah, and I was playing the guitar and strumming as I sang, and I was like, holy fuck, this is amazing. Like, that was so fucking cool. I was like 16 or 17.
That's what I'm saying, like, because my best friend growing up, he played guitar, and he has a really good voice as well, so he'd always did that, but when I was like a teenager, I was very churchy, so it was all these fucking Jesus songs or whatever, and I'm like I liked other songs, but my friends, no one really liked my music. Yeah. So like, I was like, I love Jack Johnson.
I love Jack Johnson, and they didn't like it.
Yes.
They just didn't want.
Nobody liked.
I had a band.
That's Christianity. You can't be happy.
I had a little band with my buddy who passed away, but he played the bongos and guitar and sang. And then I would play the guitar and sing. And we would do the Violent Femmes covers. And we would do, he really liked Jack Johnson. That's why I was thinking about that. But I didn't do Jack Johnson with him because Jack Johnson's fucking gay. But we would
Have you seen that skit?
I haven't seen the skit, but you gotta look it up. Real quick, I'll let you go.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that I like, that it really got me into learning guitar and like, because I originally I know how to play. I used to be really good at electric guitar, and I could play like cool stuff, and I do like metal and stuff. But when I got into acoustic and what really Bob Dylan, I learned a bunch of Bob Dylan songs, like folk songs, like Pete Townsend and that kind of shit. Not Pete Townsend. I can't can't think of his fucking name now, but like that kind of shit. And it was easy to learn, and I
Pete
enjoyed
Townsend
it. So
is a guitar player. So
yeah, Pete Townsend's the guitar player for the Who. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Pete. Pete. I don't know what his fucking name is. The guy who it's a protest singer from the '60s. I can't think of his fucking name. Huh? No, not Frampton. Frampton. I like Peter Frampton though, but not Peter Frampton.
Joan
Oh.
Baez.
Yeah, no, like Joan Baez and like and like Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. I like Paul Simon.
My mom loves Paul Simon.
I could play "Wish You Were Here."
What about
Garfunkel?
What about
I remember
Garfunkel?
I was like 15 years old. My grandfather died, and I was sitting there and I was sad. I was playing "How I Wish You Were Here."
Those moments are the best when you're a
the
teenager
Who?
and you like put yourself in like a solo cinematic experience.
Oh, teenagers
And you're
are
like,
fucking retarded, dude.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome. They're just like
Have
so
you done
stupid. They're
mushrooms?
in their own world.
They're fucking crazy too. Like, dude, I was so fucking crazy. Like, I'm crazy now, but like, I was way crazy. Like, I was like
no, you're fucking
certifiably
wild.
crazy when I was like 15.
Have you ever
Dude,
done
the
mushrooms?
dumbest shit ever.
And now I don't know what the fuck's going on because they don't even have common
Mushrooms
experiences
and a
with
good
us now.
playlist.
Like they're
You
just
could get
fucking
lost
psychopaths.
for like 3 hours, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sometimes I would do that. My first time that I did mushrooms, I think I was like 3 hours into the trip and I was in my room. My mattress was on the floor in this house that I had just gotten with my buddies, and I was watching Scrubs. Obviously because I love Scrubs. And then I was listening to music later, and there was some like trippy like electronic shit, kind of like what more my buddies
97?
listened. It was like weird trippy music. I can't really explain it. And I remember I saved some of those songs, and like listening to them later on was just so odd because you're like, I was like jamming to that like otherworldly as I'm sitting there thinking about the makeups of the universe and how everything is so insignificant but significant at the same time, and time is a
I've told you guys
circle.
before where I take the Zoloft, the mushrooms don't latch. Like, so my buddies, like,
Yeah.
I remember like multiple times where like my buddies, we'd all get an eighth each. They'd be like tripping their balls off, and I would just have like basically a buzz. That's what would happen to me. But so it's called 2CI. It's when you buy like somebody's like, hey man, I got acid. You buy it, and then it's really bitter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a research chemical. I used to trip balls in that fucking shit. It's so dangerous. I could have died.
So
How was that shot?
But like I have like still a vivid memory when I was like a sophomore or a junior in college. I did like 4 or 5 blotters of that shit, and it snowed. Like it was the first snow of the year, and it was like an inch of snow, and it was so pretty outside, dude. And I'm like tripping my fucking head off, and I'm just walking around my front yard across the street from Marshall's campus. Like there's a big parking garage now where I was walking at that point, and it was so cool.
Dude, all right, so
But yeah, the shrooms just don't. Jake, you can speak. I'm sorry, but the shrooms just don't latch because Zoloft latches on a certain receptor.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's the exact same thing one that the shrooms try to latch on to.
Same. Yep.
So,
Yep.
But go ahead, Jake. You raise your hand.
Ever smoked DMT?
See, that's
I did
that's
smoke
next.
a bowl of DMT one time when I was in college as well.
That's next. I'm waiting.
But
What was your experience?
I
like?
have no interest in doing that now.
What was your experience like?
I was, to be honest with you, Jake, I just got really fucking, like, I don't even know if it was actually DMT. Like, but I put it between so I had a bed of ashes in my bowl, and then I put more ashes on top of it, and then I had a little bit of weed on the top of that, and I did it that way. And I
Was it
remember,
like a
like, my
powder?
girlfriend,
Was it
who
like a
was
powder?
at the time, who I got it from. Huh?
Was it like a powder?
Powder?
Yeah, no, it was crystals. I think.
Might have smoked Molly.
I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
That's-
I remember she was
If
laying
it's
there.
if it's like something
was
like
laying
that,
there
if
in
it's a
bed asleep.
psychedelic,
It should be
That's where I
like
got it from.
it should be
But
like.
I remember my roommate was in
dust.
the living room, and I
A
went out there, and it
dusty-
made me very
they've
anxious.
not-
It made me very anxious.
Okay,
It's
so
definitely-
that's not DMT.
Molly. It's
Molly.
Molly.
But I
Because
did
Molly or was
I
meth?
did Molly one
Molly or
time too, the
meth?
same year for
Or
my
crack?
my like 18th or 19th. It would have been my 19th or 20th birthday.
yeah,
I had like a
Crack's
small
awesome,
party,
by
and
the
like
way.
this girl that like the girl and her boyfriend who I wasn't really that friendly with, like that big of friends with, but I met them once at a party, and like we had a good time. They
Yeah.
showed up, and they were like, "Hey man, so, they were like super nice, like some of the nicest those two were like nicer to me that evening than anyone's ever been to me on my birthday. Just out of nowhere. And they brought a bunch of Molly, and we all just fucking tripped our balls off and played.
That's why.
We played it's a card game called Ascension. It's like a card.
Okay.
I'll pull it up real quick. And we just sat there and we it was like 8 of us, and we played Ascension and did Molly and like smoked cigarettes in my apartment. It was a great fucking birthday. But that was the only time I ever did Molly, and it was fantastic. I wasn't anxious at all.
Yeah, Molly.
I probably smoked
Molly
fucking
can
PCP
affect you differently.
Here,
too. I mean, shit. There's that.
I don't know what the fuck it was, but
what about
this was before? This was all before fentanyl.
What about pure?
This is what I was.
What about pure acid?
I've never gotten actual acid. Every time I bought acid, it was bitter. Acid has no taste.
Our guy that we had, me and my buddies had, he was actually a chemistry major at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So he was the guy who made all of our acid. And it's just the purest, like some really good stuff. I remember the first time I did it, my buddies who had done it before, they kind of like run it down.
How many dabs?
I'll get there. So I was like,
real quick, I can hear you guys, but I'm gonna mute while I pee. But keep going, I can hear.
All right, bet.
Save the story. Him. Save the story for him.
He's listening still. He's still listening.
No, but let me tell you about DMT.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Let's get to DMT. Let's build it to it, because I'm ready for it, but I'm saying for the acid story for the sake of that. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if I might come across it, like I might be able to, help you.
Oh, okay. I got a guy as well too down in Florida, so I don't know, but I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, we were upstairs. We were getting they kind of like were handing out like a card base. They're literally like dealing out acid to us, each of us, to get our tabs or whatever, and like set like all the ground rules or whatever, set everything. He's like, hey, so like obviously we'll be chilling up here in the living room, but then we also got the basement set up. We got this and this. If you need like
zone,
water, juice, or whatever, blah blah blah. If you're like freaking out, Cassie's here. She's the trip sitter. All that stuff. So then I take the tab.
Good.
It was like it was Buddy's wife or something. Yeah.
Awesome.
And so they gave out the tabs, and then I remember I put it on my tongue, and
what was
the
that,
other guys. Huh?
Wax paper?
Yeah. And then the other guys, they had like 2, and I was like, oh, I want 2. And they were like, well, no, not for your first time. Like, take 1 right now, and then if you're feeling fine later,
you're gonna want the second one though, like always.
Correct. I did, and I took it. But so we started, and his son had like his son's Netflix account was open or something like that. I don't know, because I guess the last time he was on Netflix, it was when his son was there. And he had Incredibles 2. And so we were watching that. And I was sitting there, and like, I remember they were talking about the hero, the what's-her-face. She was like the portal girl from Incredibles 2. She can make portals and shit. And I was like, okay, that's the best superpower ever. Like, that's like OP as fuck, And then I go online to like look up her name or whatever, and all the articles are like, wow, she's such a cool hero. She's such a great hero because she overcomes her anxiety disorder. And I was like, what the fuck? And everyone said this is the moment they knew it kicked in to me, because I was sitting there watching the movie, and I'm on my phone. All of a sudden I go, what the fuck? And they're like, what? And then I got up and I addressed the whole crowd, and I was like, why the fuck am I going online and I'm reading articles about this superhero being great because she has anxiety? Who gives a fuck if she has anxiety? She makes fucking portals. She makes portals with her fucking hands. That's why she's the best. That's why she's the greatest superhero. Not because of her fucking mental disorder. That would make her worse. I'm like, so what if she has a mental disorder? Why do people care so much? Like, she can make
which superhero were you talking about? I'm sorry.
It was like
you think
it was a character in Incredibles 2.
About the cartoon.
Okay. Oh, okay.
When they're talking about the actor. Is that what I'm assuming?
No. It was Ballad Like it was both about the character in the movie. Like because that's her thing too.
And
like,
you stood up and you addressed everyone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch Incredibles 2, by the way.
That's awesome.
It's good. It's good. I like it. I'm just saying, like,
but what was everybody's response to your address?
They were laughing their asses off because I just randomly stood up and started ranting about this random superhero on the screen. Because, like, in the movie, it's clear that she has anxiety. I get that. Whatever. But that does not make you a good superhero because you decided to not be nervous. Like,
we're talking about the daughter?
You make portals.
We're talking about the daughter who makes portals?
No. She's like
I agree with the premise of your argument.
Yeah. But it's like the supers are like slowly coming back and they choose Elastigirl to kind of like be the front runner. That's like the plot of the movie. Is like they're trying to
I had a crush on her when I was like, when the first movie came out. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Sorry, I had a huge crush on Elastigirl.
Please look it up. Thick.
I'm gonna look up what year I was or how old
2005.
First movie. 2005. So I've been 13.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I had a cartoon crush on her.
We did mushrooms and watched Troll 2. Do you know what Troll 2 is?
I've seen
the
Troll
animated
2,
movie.
Yeah. No, Troll 2 is a B movie. It's a B movie. You should watch it. It's funny. But it has. I don't even think there is a Troll 1.
There's no Troll 1, yeah. And it's also not about trolls. It's about
no. They're like what are they? They're goblins.
It's an Italian director, writer.
They're goblins, right, Jake?
They're goblins. Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's terrible. In fact, it's a B movie.
Have you ever seen?
But it's a good one. It's like a mystery science.
They just ate him. And now they're gonna eat me.
Actually, Jake, that would be fun. We should do that. We'll watch Troll 2, and then we'll Fax can pretend to be the Joel from or not Joel, the second one from Mystery Science Theater, and then you and I could be the robots. That'll be good.
Yeah, I remember watching that because my mom had told me to watch it. She got like a box collection of all of them from like her uncle or something.
You've seen Troll 2? Or are you talking about Mystery Science?
No, Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, I love it.
We're talking about the Mystery Science Theater 2000.
Roxy's
the Mystery Science Theater has the same exact thing. But Mystery Science Theater 2000 is with...
Here we go.
What's it? Jonah Gray?
There were been like a couple versions here. This is the
Pat
guy.
Oswalt?
I can't think of his name now. This is the one that reminds me of Fax for some reason. This guy has like Fax mannerisms.
Yeah, but who's that up on up at the top? That's
Jonah.
Mystery Science 3000.
This is the new version, which is kind of gay. Yeah, that's like the Gauntlet.
I think it's actually pretty fucking.
This is the original guy. This is the original guy, Joel.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be fun. We'll do it. Fax will be that guy, and then like Jake, you'll be the one that looks like a gumball, and I'll be Crow.
Hell yeah,
because I have a big nose.
that tracks in. Yeah, he's got a beak.
I'll be Crow, and you'll be fuck. I used to know it. Robot roll call. Crow. Tom Servo. You'll be Tom Servo, Jake.
Tom Servo.
Then the one that's like the purple, like just like giant one is Gypsy. And then August. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
There's I think the newer one. It was like Patton Oswalt, and then it was
he's that
Charlie
from,
something. Charlie
no,
something.
It's not Charlie.
No,
her name
Jonah,
is not Charlie.
Jonah.
Oh, her name's Charlie in Supernatural.
Oh, okay. She's from
Felicia.
Felicia Day. Yeah. I don't like the new one very much. I like the originals a lot. The originals are very good. They're on Tubi. Shout out Tubi. They're actually an official sponsor. What's kind of funny is we could probably get the show on Tubi. Like if I were to like make this into a show, I bet Tubi would like allow me to upload it.
Dude, Tubi fucking rocks.
Tubi's great.
Especially the fact that they did the Super Bowl. That was awesome.
That was awesome. I watched the Super Bowl on Tubi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have to like fucking torrent the Super Bowl.
And the Tubi, like when you turn Tubi on, it goes Tubi. It's fucking great.
What was that? Fuck, man. What was I just watching? Oh, I'm trying to do the Bear season 4 review here
Do
soon.
you like that show?
No, I'm actually hate watching it now. So
did you used to do that with cinema? Is that what you're
yeah,
doing?
So cinema, and I did. We did season 3, and for most of the time, he and I we talked about during that show. It was like there were episodes where we literally would just stop paying attention, and just like let it ride because we knew it didn't matter. Like because me and Jess watch it together anyways, and then
are you saying it's sort of a formulaic show?
It's just really dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah,
anxiety. It's just anxiety driven.
And it's season 4, and I haven't finished it yet, but I think we're like 4 or 5 episodes in.
You can't have like 3 Ratatouilles, man.
They're just stretching it out. All of this stuff, like they're so bad at moving a plot along that they've stretched it out over 4 seasons. Like a lot of shit should have happened or been resolved by now that hasn't. And because of that, all the filler dialogue dilutes the fuck out of any sort of quality that the show has. There's no redeeming qualities because it's so diluted by pointless dialogue.
But it's still on cable. That's why you get best show. The best shows are streaming shows.
And then also credit to me because my wife said I made a great point when I said this. It happens with a lot of shows, and this is my thing. This happens all the time with shows. For the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, the writers are writing to make themselves laugh. Then, once it gets more, what's the word I'm looking for? Mainstream. Once it gets more, mainstream, and then the behind the scenes guys, executive. Once it kind of gets to that, and the companies are really invested in a big show. Yes, once it becomes a moneymaker, basically season 4 on, the writers are writing the show to make the audience laugh, in turn demeans the quality by a ton. If you're making yourselves laugh,
100%. Except, let me give you what I think is that for those first 3 seasons, they're writing for a job, and then after season 3, they're writing for their next job.
Or for a check. It's just for a check, either or, because it's a guaranteed. That's also a good one. I like that too. Because it's obvious like for a lot of shows, you can see either where there's a plateau or a decline. You know,
well, when you start to see like fucking like the titles like for producer and supervising producer and like just like 12 names before a show starts, that show is just given up. Not given up, but probably just on track to just be what they want to be, almost like a Big Bang Theory type thing. You don't really need writers when like the audience already like expects what is going to happen.
Oh, and do you know when other shows get shitty? When the fucking actors start directing episodes.
Oh yeah.
All the fucking time. Like
Friends,
it's just like we get it. You want to show us that you're artsy and smart too. Like we fucking got it.
Bryan Cranston.
Yes, Bryan Cranston has directed great episodes of The Office, of Community, and I think a couple other.
Cassius puke.
Breaking Bad too.
Yeah, and he's great. But I'm just saying, like, when the actors of the show that they're on direct an episode that they're in, that's when it's like okay, that's like the most pretentious fucking thing you can do, and you're not as good as you think you are. You know?
Yeah, it's like I get to boss you guys around, but still do my job.
And then, it's just like it just gets so weird and pretentious, and then they're sitting there and they're like, a third. Sorry. No, you're good. A third-rate director could do a better job than them. You know what I mean? Like, they're like 4th or 5th choice from the studio would be better than any of the actors that are in the show most of the time. Sometimes, you're right. There are outliers.
Does it look like I have a handful of cat puke right now?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Or poop.
That's all. I just wanted to. She's eating like a toffee cashews.
Oh, dude, I want those right now.
Yeah, I'm like what they actually are is fine, but like what they were laying, like she takes a few of them out of the package and she lays them in front.
Wait, they were laying right there, and you didn't realize that she was taking them out of the package?
No, no. My point is, it looks like fucking cat puke. Her cat puked the other night.
Oh, so it wasn't cat puke.
It wasn't. No, she's mad at me now. I'm not. But I was just saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
I thought it was cat.
We're a lot of natties deep. We're at the point of the lingering with Luke where I've had too many beers.
Hey, so. You're doing all right.
No, I'm doing great, honestly, Jake. But like I'm doing a fantastic job. I'm putting on one of the all-time performances,
absolutely,
as always.
Yeah.
Nobody's really better at what I do than I am.
Are you a Scrubs fan, Luke?
I liked the show when it was on. Like I used to like it a lot.
Best show of all time.
JD and Turk. Is that his name?
Yep.
Turk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dr. Kelso is the best character.
I like Dr. Kelso.
My mom would agree with you.
Little peek behind the curtain.
And then probably Dr. Perry Cox.
Little peek behind the curtain of me, and don't repeat this to people. And only one person's watching on YouTube right now, so it probably won't get out. My father's a doctor. So he's an internist, like Dr. Cox is. He's a lot.
Yeah.
So like that, like the whole medical show thing has never like really appealed to me because like I could never watch because a lot of television I watch with my dad. Like he never wanted to watch any medical television.
But I heard that
he would watch a little bit of Scrubs.
Actually, really fucking.
He watched a little bit of Scrubs, and people would always be like, "You're
like that was like Matt Lawrence's main thing."
My dad and I would watch.
Was based off of his roommate.
While Scrubs was on television, my dad and I would watch like South Park reruns and like big King of Queens guy, big Everybody Loves Raymond. Like that kind of shit.
He's a big CBS guy and South Park guy, huh?
Sheldon, loves Sheldon.
All CBS except for
loves Big Bang, yeah.
Okay. 2.5 Men.
I'm trying to think. He was a big 2.5 Men.
CBS.
Guy. Yeah, I guess he was a CBS. I guess my dad's.
I think he's just a CBS guy.
I didn't even realize that, Jake.
I think
my dad's a CBS guy.
I think I would be considered.
And you know what's funny, Jake? I'm
going to
say to him tomorrow when I see him, I'm going to be like, "Hey, you're a CBS guy," and he's going to be like, "I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about." It's just going to happen. It's like so happened that was the channel that
CBS, dude.
Yeah, it's just going to happen that that's the channel he chose. And now he's a big watch gun videos on YouTube guy. That's
hell yeah. I love that. That's what every fucking old man does. That's what every old man at the job sites I would be at. We'd be on lunch. I'm fucking in the back.
How old's your dad, Fax?
55.
How old are you?
26. Yeah, he had me at 29. So I think.
So
right.
Your dad's like like the same age as my dad is.
Yeah, 1970.
My dad's 61.
Okay.
So,
then that works.
32.
My dad's older than all your dads.
Damn.
Well, you're also older than both of us, Jake.
Yeah, well,
so
my
dad works out, doesn't it?
64.
How old's your dad, Jake?
64.
64. Roxy, how old's your dad?
My best friend's dad was 64 when we were in high school. I remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's dad's 73.
73.
And is he still alive?
It's kind of young.
Facts.
Me? Yeah, I'm young.
Yeah, no. The 64-year-old man.
Oh.
I think my dad was 27 when he had me, which is kind of funny to me. Like I think about that all the time. Like
if I were
my dad was like
probably
way more of an adult than I am today. Like 5 years. Like my dad was 5 years younger than I am today. He was way more of an adult than I am. You know,
shit, dude.
Well, yeah, but so many things have changed that with society.
That's true.
That's like the majority of people. I'd say that percentage
talking about like
infinitely higher nowadays.
Fucking do work.
Like, I would definitely give up the internet and all that though to like have like the life that people had for like the last 100 years.
Apparently, the only type of work that like matters is like working at like Dairy Queen or something. Like I don't get it.
For what?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What's going on?
That was a nonsensical statement you just made. You got to explain that.
No. I'm talking about like the.
I think we only caught tail end.
Like, you know,
Jake, you said the all right. So Facts. I'll tell you right now what facts.
Do you know how much paperwork I would have to do to get on Medicaid?
What?
Again,
Where are you going? That's what I'm saying. That was
Jake, let's go back.
Jake, we missed the beginning where you had all the context.
1 second. I think you're going to explain all. I think you can explain all this. So, Fax and I both heard. Now I forgot what it was. We just because of the Medicaid thing. You know how much paperwork I have to do Medicaid. But then what was
I forgot what he said before too.
You said something else before that we also like had no because it was also out of nowhere. And it was like
I know it's gonna kill me.
Oh, is the only job that matters working at Dairy Queen
or
Dairy
something
Queen. Like that?
Yeah.
And then something about Medicaid.
Yeah, I was like, what? How did we get here? Because you were
talking those together.
I think it was in between us. Yeah, it was in between
Jake, if we
us
put those two together, they don't mean anything either. I mean, they mean things. Don't get me wrong. Those statements both mean things. If you
that's what I'm saying, but they both mean separate things.
But we're talking about the context of the conversation.
And without that context,
we don't know how the fuck you got there.
We need the sandwich. We need the meat. Right now, we just got 2 pieces of bread, and we need all the good shit.
Yeah,
we need the meat, the
lettuce.
There's
a lot of.
Dude.
Exactly. That was a great analogy.
You gave us empty buns right now, man. We're just like, how did we get here?
I got 2 unbuttered buns right now. Don the Jeweler wants to know if Peltz is still slaying Gash. Of course he is.
Oh, gross.
He's probably what was that? I can't remember his girlfriend's name.
Oh, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I pay no attention. She
died around the same time that what's his face? Fucking retard that works for Amazon. That was
Gus.
The producer. Gus was grabbing Cullinan by the throat and like trying to shove that bottle of liquor down his throat or whatever.
Oh boy.
Built like a dick. That's what it was. So facts. Jake, first of all, I want to thank you for wearing the Luke hat. Second of all right, do you have any context you want to add to those 2 statements?
Yeah, so we were talking about adults, non-traditional adulting, and then you started going on a rant, but I think like you were quieter than you thought you were, and then you like got louder.
I totally
at the end.
Thought that I was, and
that's what I'm saying. Because like Jake, you got louder at the end, and it caught my attention, and then you were
facts.
Like,
I think you just explained to me, Jake. Am I correct? Real quick.
Where I would like to start.
Let me guess real quick. Sorry. All right, go ahead. Never mind. I won't guess.
The act.
I was going to say you're having a hard time getting help
through Congress. Right, you're not going to let me talk, Luke, are you?
All right, go ahead.
You sound like me and my wife.
Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry. I apologize, Jake. You're right. I was speaking over you. I was just thinking the context arrived to me where I realized that you are having a hard time getting health insurance right now is what's going on.
Yeah. Oh. No. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't come to that conclusion. You did way better than me. I was still so lost.
He put the 2 together.
Yeah, I didn't. I still don't know what's going on if I'm being honest.
All right. Because Jake is self-employed. So being self-employed, things are difficult.
He knows exactly what I'm saying.
Well, I was self-employed for 4 years, Jake. So I've been down that road. I know I've walked in your shoes, Jake. I've walked a mile in Jake's shoes.
It's not like I'm looking for like monetary benefits or anything. I'm just.
But you actually need health insurance. Like I could get away with it because all I have to do is buy Zoloft without health insurance, which isn't that expensive. You're like actually.
What about if something happens? You kind of need health insurance, man.
Yeah, the health insurance is the same health insurance that all the poor fucking people have. I got the same health insurance that the illegal immigrants have. I'm going to show up at the emergency room and be like, hey, take care of this. And I'll never pay the bill.
Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Never pay the bill. Fuck it.
I'll never pay the fucking bill.
I've had free healthcare my whole life. I've had it. Because they just bill me, and
but no, Jake, I'm hoping to get health insurance. When I get if I get this new job where I talked to the guy for 90 minutes today, that would be a job that has a salary and health care
and benefits. Yeah,
yes, and the benefits like right now, I can have health care at my current job, but I have to pay out the ass because all my coworkers have Medicaid. So there's like it's so expensive, and the deductible.
I think you would probably could get Medicaid. That's the thing.
I don't.
And Medicaid is not necessarily monetary.
I know.
It just comes down to health insurance.
We had it because I think you get it free.
You don't get the best. You get heart attack insurance, man. That's all I need.
Well, I'll tell you what though, my dad has a good job, and he ruptured his Achilles the other couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
he never got approved for an MRI. So when he went into surgery, they realized that it was way further apart than they even realized. So they had to get like a special tool. It took him like 2.5 hours after the surgery. It was supposed to take an hour.
Is he all right?
He's fine, I think. Funny story. My mom went to
the pool, right? That's why you were living the salt life.
That's why I was hanging out, taking care of the dogs, helping out with the dogs, because we got a 170-pound wild dog. They're not that. They're actually pretty well behaved, but they're only like 2.5 years old each still. So they're still pretty
little. Wait, 170 pounds total?
They're each about 75 pounds.
Okay.
75. Major's closer to 80.
Is there a dog that could grow to 175 pounds? I'd be so scared of that dog.
So
there are dogs that grow.
Both of them together like weigh as much as I do.
Yeah, yeah. I weigh about like 210 pounds.
I weigh 155.
And they're strong as fuck, dude, because they're like at your knee level.
Or I think
like they got like they're the low man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, they both will, like, when they get like really hyper, they'll run around like fucking wrecking balls, and they're at your knee level, so it's like, oh shit. But they'll grow out of it. They're bulldogs, so like by the time they're like 2.5 years old now. By the time they're 5, they'll both, and they're getting fixed this summer. I'm actually cutting their balls off finally, so that'll calm them down a lot.
You're doing it personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the snippers, and no, I'm gonna take them to the fucking
that freezing spray. That air spray that like gets cold.
Like for keyboards?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Just spray that on there for a little bit. Just like freeze them both and just pop it off.
I could never. Yeah. They have they have
you
biggest
just
fucking
after
balls.
you do that, you just have to go bing.
Facts. They have the biggest balls. Like it's like they're like fucking like livestock. They got like fucking like
that's
giant testicles.
You know that's a scene from Scrubs where Turk is holding Rowdy and he keeps putting him in front of the neighbor's door.
Oh, yeah.
And then the neighbor brings him back.
Rowdy,
and he's like,
Rowdy,
the stuffed dog. Yeah,
it had balls.
Yeah, well, then they were like, he's like, the neighbor brought him back one time, and he was like,
"That's kind of funny to me though, because
he's like, we're getting him fixed, but luckily,
that
if we need to get him
fixed,
the neighbor's just standing there and doesn't say anything.
That implies that a taxidermist like stuffed cotton inside of a dog's testicles. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, nothing beats the episode where fucking
Rowdy
Perry Cox breaks down, man.
The rabies one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
I mean, that's pretty good episodes.
That's Saving Life by the Fray.
That's like
that's the only reason I know that fucking song. I think
Dr. Cox's wife, like,
and every time I hear it, it just brings me back there.
Yeah,
that was great. Like that's an ideal situation.
Yeah,
yeah. She's just a fucking cunt constantly.
Just a hot. Cunt.
Yeah,
she was a hot mess,
super hot
with rabies.
Super
Elliot,
fucking mean.
Elliot.
Yeah, great.
Is the most successful one out of that show.
Yeah, I was gonna say fun fact because she's Beth and Rick and Morty, so that's who she voices Beth.
Does she really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then
Rick and Morty, by the way, talk about a show that fucking.
She got the Netflix.
Does it? Is the new season bad?
Dude, the newest episode is the fucking worst thing I've ever seen.
Because I knew
it's an abortion. Like literally, they had an abortion on screen. They animated an abortion.
You know how weird Justin Roiland is and his sister? They're
he's not working on it.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the problem. That's why the show sucks now.
Because of this.
We need that fucking weirdo.
Yeah, but
he likes to talk about fingering like 13-year-old girls.
Yeah, that's a problem, but that show was funny, so I don't know. Like, what do you want? Do you want a funny Rick and Morty, or do you want the pedophile to be like?
I just want the show to end, and I think Dan Harmon could fucking end it.
The show should definitely end. The
show they probably will next season.
Yeah, the show should have ended probably. It's crazy how long it's been, like, because they would do like 8 episodes every like 3 years.
Do people still buy like merchandise? Yeah. No, right?
No, nobody cares anymore. It's completely dead. Huh. Like Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty were like big at the same time. You know what I mean? In Game of Thrones,
yeah, but I didn't watch.
Like,
I didn't watch that
Target, and you could buy Rick and Morty shit.
Great show.
It's crazy.
I kind of like the pop culture direction that Lingering with Luke is taken, by the way. I'm enjoying this line. We're just going to talk shit about all the entertainment that we watch.
Well, I just keep thinking of shit. So I'm just like,
So I've been keep you guys updated on what I've been doing. I started watching My Name Is Earl, which I never watched.
Jason Lee
when it was on.
The man.
When it was on, I never watched it.
Is it good?
I watched it.
I enjoy it.
Have you?
I would. Facts.
Jake's
if
seen
I were to
it,
put
but
on a 1 through 5 scale, I would call it a 3.5.
Okay.
You
haven't watched far enough.
I'm like midway through season 2 right now. I enjoy it. It's a good show, but I like it because I'm not like that invested into it, and like you don't have to get
casual watch.
That's like
so yeah, I can like do my
like
shit
thing.
That's a real,
almost like a real life King of the or live action King of the Hill. The pacing of it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about
see
again?
What you're saying,
oh, My Name Is Earl.
I would recommend
lost
it.
for a minute there.
Yeah, if you don't have Disney,
that brother, like from Remember the Titans, lost all the weight. He's like skinny now.
Yeah, that's what
got a bunch of skin.
Skinny now.
Sorry, I
that's
cut
the
you
thing.
up.
Like if you
Community,
like,
Community. That's a great show.
That's Dan Harmon.
Community.
I know. Yeah. Of course it is. And it's the very best person in Hollywood, Donald Glover, the number one guy.
Chevy Chase.
Donald Glover.
Dude, Chevy Chase.
Donald Glover's the man.
Donald Glover is the man.
This is all right. So
I love how
Chevy Chase end up.
Chevy Chase fucking and Dan Harmon just like fought.
Did Chevy Chase like call like Donald Glover the N-word or something? Like at some point, like
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
No, he made a joke about Donald that I think included the N-word, and it like implied that he was one. It was like a monkey joke too. He also like made something like that on top of that.
That's
and
he was racist, and he didn't like understand that Donald Glover was
Chevy Chase is like one of the all-time pieces of shit.
He was about to leave the show so that he could win a goddamn Grammy for best song and best fucking like album.
Which, by the way,
that just did not register.
And then he wrote
Atlanta with Chevy Chase.
Bonfire.
Yes, great. Bonfire. That's a great fucking song.
Freaks and Geeks, great.
Freaks and Geeks.
The entire album.
So awesome.
Camp is all right. Camp is like a 6.
Oh, the Campfire. That's the song, right?
No, Campfire. Bonfire. It's on off of the album Camp.
Well, the music video for This Is America. Oh.
Yeah. Because the Internet is an amazing album. Because the Internet is an amazing album. That has 3005, Sweatpants, The Worst Guys, Crawl, World Star.
Okay, can we get past that Childish Gambino is really?
I know because I could probably go for roughly 30 hours on him. But yeah,
World Star.
Community's amazing in my opinion. Season 3 of Community is like the best season of comedy ever.
When they have the
Bet you won't hit him.
Where they have the
Bet you won't hit
double season of
no balls
paintball.
Sorry,
the double.
Oh, season 2. That was the season 2, yeah.
Oh, that was season
finale.
2. Oh, my bad.
No. It's good because that's kind of perfect because the season 2 finale was great because it was the 2-part episode of like the Wild West, and then it was the Star Wars, and then season 3.
It was 2 different directors. And the Russo brothers did
the second one, I think. Yeah,
Russo brothers did the second one.
Yeah,
and the
Star
first
Wars
one was done by the dude who did Fast and the Furious.
It's a bummer about Chevy Chase being such a
Justin Lin.
Like
Lynn.
I fucking love Chevy Chase movies. I love the vacation movies. I love Fletch. I love
He's
all the
funny.
Fletch movies.
All right, Fletch is one of the best.
Funny Farm. If you guys have seen Funny Farm, one of my favorite movies.
Good.
Great movie.
But what was I saying about season 3?
But
season 3 is basically
sorry.
Those last 2 episodes of season 2. Season 3 is like that for basically the entire season. It's just like the silliest, craziest antics.
Brothers, like randomly.
That's
that's
the Remedial Chaos Theory episode with the dice. Yep, that's that episode. The whole storyline is Chang slowly taking over the school and getting them expelled. Like that whole season.
And he's living in the
in the janitor closet
Peacock
with the leg. It's on Peacock or Netflix.
And then he tries to start like a little Nazi youth thing.
Yes, and he has the Chang.
And then there's another
Chang Dynasty.
Oh, actually, Community is on Hulu. I've already got it because Hulu is part of Disney Plus. So I'm gonna watch it.
It's an amazing
show.
You never watched Community?
No, I didn't watch it.
Get ready to fall in love with Allison Brie, dude.
I watched
her. Yes, and even Jillian.
I was a big Office guy, and I watched.
But no, like Allison Brie's like, why are you married to James Franco's brother? Why?
Dave Franco.
Dave. That's the name.
Dave.
Yeah.
But kind of like that's when you say James Franco and then you say Dave Franco. It's kind of like
I forget who did that. I think it was like during a roast, but it's like where it was like, oh, it's Bill Hader in the roast of James Franco
when he was Mr. Hollywood.
Mr. Hollywood, it's the best. He's in that red tracksuit. He's like, oh yeah, and your brother, what's his name? Dave. Yeah, of course. The dumber brother named Dave.
At this point, Dave is a more prolific actor, though.
Well, he's he's married to Allison Brie.
James Franco hasn't been in anything.
Doesn't hit on 17-year-olds
I think James Franco got Me Too'd, right?
100% he got Me Too'd. Yeah. Jonah Hill came out against him.
By the way,
everybody was pissed.
Jake, you missed all this. What? Jake, I'm going to make you laugh. You missed all of this. How do you feel about Bradley Stein, Jake? Have you guys crossed pairs?
I kind of feel a little sorry for him.
I do too.
But if you talk the talk,
you gotta walk the walk.
Yeah.
And by walk the walk, I mean you gotta walk the gauntlet. You gotta take your shit.
The guy wants to dive into the mud, but he doesn't want to hang out in the mud. You know what I mean?
Live there.
It's like
he wants to be in the mud, but then he wants to be like, hey, you're not allowed to throw mud at me. You guys aren't allowed to throw mud at me.
He's like half pig, half like.
So anyway, Jake, today, and you missed it because you're not in the chat, but today at one point, Bradley Stein was being a douche today. And at some point, someone added
what happened?
Fax might have made a good move there. At some point, somebody added Newsmax to the chat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he went away. He's removed himself from
I feel like that's some fucked up shit.
I felt bad about it. And it seemed like a lot, but at the same time, like he kept coming at people, and like, still, if I was the person that invited Newsmax to the chat, I wouldn't have done it. And all honor to BA. BA actually, as soon as they got added, BA removed them.
I don't think BA shows much honor.
BA shows a lot of honor. It's fine, like but, you know.
Well, it's all right. If he wants to make an esports, channel, that's perfectly fine.
But my point is, yeah. So B Stein has removed himself from the universe again, which I'm happy about. It was funny.
I really wish that it didn't come down to that.
It had
a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
Mm.
It was eventually going to end up that way. I feel like that
no double standards in this world, boys. None.
That's true. I will say Jake's got a good point there. Jake gets a lot of shit for doxing, but Jake did not dox Bradley Stein.
I did not dox anyone.
No, you just you threaten to dox. That's the thing too, Jake. You kind of get like a little bit of pass because like people like believe you're.
I don't get any.
No one ever. No, you do. But people like didn't believe that Bradley could do it. Like Bradley was like pretending to be you. Jake didn't do anything. Jake has been Minidan. Let me just say, Jake has been a gentleman tonight. Like Jake has been fucking fantastic. This is the best Jake's ever been. This is the best show I've ever done with Jake. 100% hands down. Jake's been respectful. He's raised his hand multiple times. I've been way worse than Jake tonight when it comes to like interrupting people when they speak, or like and just like making nonsensical comments. That is 100% like if you're gonna like rate everybody tonight on that, like rank everybody. Number 1, Luke. Number 2, Jake. Number 3, Facts. But like and Jake, but like it's a long distance between number 1 and number 2. So, Minidan says Dan's lesbian or Pat Ford's lesbian sister says, "Good to hear. Just wanted to make sure." So,
damn.
But anyway, sorry guys. I just wanted to kind of update you on that. I got a little bit more in me.
That's good. No, I was just waiting because for like the past like 10 minutes, the connection was so bad, so everything was so delayed.
And yeah, I saw like you kept like pausing, like you would like be like this for like a minute.
Yeah,
not like a minute, but like 10 seconds. It would be like,
yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like getting frustrated because I think we were like in the midst of a conversation, and I was like, well, I can't contribute anymore. I'll just sit here like a fucking idiot.
That sucks. You have to do that, man.
That's a lot of my life.
That's why I reloaded. Yeah, I had to fucking reload the page and shit, and then it still was shitty for like another minute.
Tomorrow, guys, I'm hitting the road.
Where are you going?
I'm going to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be tough too. We're gonna have to talk with my shipper guy about being a dick.
Hitting the road, but you're not.
No, so I'm going to my actual like normal job tomorrow. I'm gonna drive like I normally do, park in my parking lot. But my boss is coming. She's gonna pick me up.
Why did you say
we're gonna go to? We're gonna. Well, I'm telling you, Jake. She's gonna pick me up. We're gonna go in the company car, and we're gonna go to like a bunch of stores and like teach them how to
do it.
And teach them how to do their jobs, basically. So it's
yeah.
Oh,
my dad would do that a bunch. That's like what he's done basically throughout my whole life.
In like a normal situation, I would just do that on my own. So like,
you could basically get to be a boss bitch.
You teach the bosses and the employees how to employee and boss.
Yes, I gotta. Yeah.
And when you leave, they're gonna be like, "Fuck that dude."
You just gotta like.
But better at their job.
That's what my dad used to do. They used to send him to stores to like go in, evaluate, fire whoever he wanted, and then like rehire and rebuild. Essentially,
what kind of stores?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that because I work for a nonprofit. But yeah,
like just like hardware or like.
He did. It's a Midwest gas station chain called Quick Trip. Not like
I've been to many of Quick Trip in my life.
KWIK. Yeah. KWIK. And that place is shit.
So like he would walk in and have the power to just be like, "You're out of here."
Yeah, literally. He's done that before. He told me about that before. And he was just like, yeah, he did it. He did it for Quick Trip. He did it for Starbucks as well. And
how do you get that job? It's an awesome job.
I think he's trying to do that for Wawa soon.
Wawa. Don't ruin Wawa.
No, he would fix it. That's his job, to fix it.
Okay.
He's really good at it too. I will give him that. Like, I like genuinely one of the things about like my dad is like, no, he couldn't because he has partially club feet, so he couldn't do it.
Was your mom's like brothers in the military?
No, my grandpa was the last one in the military.
Maternal or maternal?
Maternal grandfather.
You look like you're in Stand By Me right now, Luke. Looks like you have a pack of cigarettes rolled.
Oh, like in the Lost in the Woods.
I got the dude. I fucking love the white T-shirt V-neck. It's like my favorite thing to wear.
That's fair.
I didn't have to.
Okay, I thought it was just a.
I'm a big pocket tee guy.
I love a pocket tee, dude. I can't
put anything in the pocket though.
They've all like kind of fallen apart, but I got a blue pocket tee.
Yeah, it's just something about it though. Like, yeah, you don't really put shit in there often, but it's nice to have.
My maternal grandfather wore a pocket tee. He wore a white. He wore the white
pierced nipples
dress shirt with the white dress shirt with the button down, short sleeve though with the pocket protector. Because he worked for AEP, he was a draftsman. So he was like hot as fuck. But like I always used to make fun of him. But now like I don't like to wear, like if I'm gonna wear a dress shirt, I'm gonna wear a long sleeve, and I'm not gonna have a pocket protector.
I don't dig the short.
But
sleeve.
if I'm gonna wear, but I like the V-neck Fruit of the Loom makes a V-neck, blue pocket protector shirt. It's a fucking gorgeous shirt. It's the best
Yeah,
shirt.
you got really focused on that too. You like
You can get like a
six
pack of those fuckers for like $25. Oh my god.
Living the life, man.
The hell yeah, dude. Pocket protector for life.
I had something too.
No,
My uniform, dude. My uniform had pockets forever. And now I don't have pockets anymore. Every day it was just the camo. So I just had pockets on my shoulders, pockets on you got like pen holders on your sleeve.
When you cleaned them out, did you find some weird shit?
Mostly just cigarette butts.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you smoked.
Yeah, mostly just cigarette butts, like from the field and shit. Because like if we're doing outdoor training,
well, that's good of you not to litter.
Yeah, I'm very good at that because they basically beat that into me. Yeah, so I'm very good at keeping my cigarette butts on me at all times, unless there's like a trash bag.
I smoke in my car like crazy. Like when I drive, I gotta smoke. I fucking love to drive and smoke. But I never throw my cigarettes out the window. It drives me nuts when people do that. I always have like a bottle that it's sitting in my cup holder and I can put and then I throw them away.
I do the same thing, like a cup of water or something that you put it in. But like the thing that kills me is like you're going down the highway and you just see this giant plume of vapor come out, and it's like that car's on fucking fire. And then all of a sudden, it's like, no, they just like they're vaping in there.
They just gotta
it's wild when people like have those big vape rigs and they're like
the rig, like the brick thing,
out the side window.
You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there in the driver's seat.
It looks like they're driving like a fucking diesel rig.
It's like what
they got
is
like
happening to
that too, with like the fucking aerator.
Yes. They got those giant fucking like rigs. Like
it fucking looks just like that. It just sitting there on their touchscreen, like
yes, and then like dude, those things have like fucking touchscreens on them too, with like and it's like like just smoke a fucking cigarette, dude.
Seriously, you pussy.
So here's the thing about that. I'll say we know what the carcinogens are in cigarettes. Nobody knows what the fuck you're getting that fucking vape from China.
You're getting popcorn lung. That's
formaldehyde. A lot of formaldehyde and vape stuff.
Yeah. And then you see those videos of the Indian guy in the factory like blowing on like 37 vapes at once, being like to like test to make sure they work. It's like, all right, so it also has herpes complex simplex or whatever on it.
It's just
those are the ones that go to like.
But I will tell you, I love vaping.
Those
weed.
are like the legal ones.
It's my favorite way to consume weed.
God damn it! I have my medical license, so I hope like they're not puffing on like all of my pens before they put them.
No, I feel like if you get it from the dispensary, you're good. I think that's like when you buy like the knockoff like Elf bar from the local vape store run by Haji.
When it comes,
Haji's like, oh yes, very good for you. You'll enjoy.
Yeah, like the Mario Karts.
Yes, Mario Karts.
The only place to get like they actually sell them.
Did you have an Alp, by the way, Fax? Was that Alp? Did you have Alp or was that Zin?
Velo.
Velo, okay. Velo. I bought those before. Okay.
Very good, very good. I love Zin, and they immediately got way better.
Is that the smokeless?
Johnny!
Spitless?
Huh?
Are those spitless? Are they like a Zin knockoff?
Yeah, it's like a Zin nicotine pouch. Yeah.
That's what
Snus.
General Snus.
Have you ever actually have you ever had snuff? Like what?
No, I've never had snuff.
Dude, it's awesome. It's fucking
I've seen it before. I was like but no,
I got that one like specialty store and like
I've done Red during COVID I got really into Redman and then bubblegum. So I would buy like we would buy at the card store. It was COVID. We weren't allowed to be there, so we were running like a speakeasy. Like people would knock on the back door and we let them in, and we sell them boxes. And like we had like a big thing at the double bubble, like they got the dugout, and then like we had all the Redman and shit. And I was just like fucking Redman and like bubblegum, and I'm like, bleh. Like I was playing fucking baseball.
Did you have a spittoon or what?
was like fucking.
Oh yeah, dude!
Sandlot.
Like I was spitting in a bottle. It was fucking hilarious. Well, we were watching Sandlot over and over. We were watching Major League, Sandlot, Bull Durham, and whatever over and over again on the MLB network.
Dude, Bob Uecker in Major League is.
Oh yeah. What a fucking
just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
I like the
this is
when he was on the Howard
Jorge
Stern
Serrano.
show with Norm Macdonald, and he was talking about being in the booth with Bob Uecker, and Bob Uecker would he's like he was really good at the cough button. He would hit the cough button and be like, look at the tits on that whore.
Did he
and Nick Castellanos, you know what I
mean? Did you hear the one where he's talking about John Fogerty, where Norm's there?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey,
you wanted to sing a fucking song?"
He's like, "Hey, Norm, like, you know who?
You know John?
Hey,
Norm, you know
who this?
John
You know
Fogerty?
who this guy is? It's like, yeah, it's Bob Fogerty, like Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
hey,
he did
John,
all
you want
that
to sing
shit.
a
He's
fucking
clean
song?
now, though." Like, if you want, during the 7th inning, I could have him come up and
come
sing
up
a
here,
song
sing a
for
fucking
you.
song. No, please don't bother him. Don't worry about it. He loved to do it.
Yeah, he did all that shit.
That's awesome.
Creedence
People forget, by the way, that John fired me from the Stern Show as a producer after one episode. When I knew more about the Stern Show than anyone who was actually on the Stern Show.
Do you know Sean Hannahue?
Yeah, but that would make more sense if you were like a co-host.
Producer on there.
No, I got fired as producer.
I know, that's what I'm saying, because you sucked at producing. Like if you
were
a co-host,
I didn't produce at all. John was the actual producer.
Oh.
Do you know anyone but the last name Hannahue or the last name Burke that works on that show?
I mean, so I have no idea. Are you talking about the Stern Show? I don't know anybody who works on the Stern Show.
Oh.
I don't actually know anyone. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I thought you said you got fired from the Stern Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, let me say real quick. It was the Kirk Minahan Show Network Stern Show, hosted by John from Scranton and like Dr. Vodka.
Beanbag Ron.
Beanbag Ron, yes. Beanbag. That's why I got fired. Beanbag Ron got me fired.
Yeah.
That's why I have a rivalry with Brickbag Ron. I forgot. That's
why. Oh, okay. You forgot, but you were still rolling with it.
I forgot. I was actually pointing all that negative energy towards John because I forgot about Brickbag Ron's role in that. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to focus my energy going forward on Brickbag Ron.
I thought you were talking about the act.
People forget, by the way, that Fax and Ron played basketball on a court in like February.
November.
Like a 15 mile per hour like headwind.
November. And well, people forget that I only lost by 2 the second game. And then I think I only lost by 4 the first game.
People forget also that
I hadn't played in 3 years.
People forget that the cumulative shooting that night, by the way, was 13 for 237.
Oh yeah, it was tough shooting game for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about.
People also forget that the average height on the court was 5'8".
Yeah, I think
that's the other thing people forget about. Other than that, people remember everything.
We were driving away from the court because he drove me to the airport shuttle.
Yeah,
because I was headed out after that. So we were driving over there, and like literally 3 blocks away, we saw this so much nicer court. It was just like such a nice court. It was like, and we're like, oh,
there was that wasn't your internship, was it?
That's when I was on the show.
Well, you just were up there for a third chair.
I went up there for the Aaron Hernandez thing because I didn't know if I was gonna have time to go to any live events, and I kind of like wanted to experience something like it.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember.
And then Menners also had booked me, and November 13th.
That was when Menners was doing the booking.
Yeah. Okay. And then that's where the internship conversation started because Dave had asked me if I wanted to do that because I told him about my bad experience with Chaps. And then I told him like very quickly about it. I didn't like go through the whole thing. And then essentially I was like, yeah, I've been trying to like do it properly, like find like a proper internship route. I'm like, but no one at Barstool is like getting back to me. I was like, I don't really like, I've contacted people, but no one's coming back. And then he was like, oh, he's like, you can just do it with us if you want. And then I just told him I would like think about it. And then I think like a month and a half later, I like texted him and I was like, hey, like, let's fucking see what happens. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. And then it was terrible.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it like the experience itself wasn't terrible.
I called you Jake again. Facts. The experience couldn't be great because the show is fucking terrible.
No, no, I disagree because I had a great time. I had a great time like doing the stuff. Like,
yeah.
I had a great time. Did you learn it?
Would you say that you learned anything?
Yeah, because I learned I learned the Justin and Dave, they both showed me kind of like how they got the podcast started. And like I think Barstool uses Restream.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the program because they have that and they have another one, and then Barstool has like their own kind of like website that you're supposed to use as a producer to like upload all of this shit. Let me ask you
real quick, from somebody who has no technical knowledge other than like I can make my own Restream here, but like what they taught you, does it apply to like can you apply that elsewhere? What they just teach you how to do a Barstool podcast, you know what I mean? Like, did you like learn how to use a board or anything like that?
No, I didn't learn how to use the board. So I wish I would have got to like do that stuff.
Did you like ask to use the board or like learn how to use it, or like?
I think the plan was like to do more of that stuff, but then Kirk said like shut up and cut clips when I made that like stupid that one time.
That's the problem. Like Kirk kind of sets it up right. Like, and hey, real quick before I say this, Fax isn't saying it's just me. Don't give Fax shit. But it sounds to me like Kirk is like, yeah, like I can't get a good producer, but at the same time, every time someone tries to intern, like they're not allowed to like actually use the board or like do any intern stuff. All they're allowed to do is be like ostracized and like criticized and like cut clips. So anyway, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of how it seems to me from this point. As somebody who manages a team of people,
I don't know.
I feel like I could teach Kirk a little bit about management.
No, I think he got like very upset about like what I said.
Butthurt about something.
But like overall, I like all of them. Like they were all like pretty cool overall. It was just it's just very different interacting with people like them versus like military people. That was like my biggest thing, is because I'm pretty like I can start a conversation right off the get-go and just kind of go, because that's what I've had to do for like my whole career. So it's easier that way. And when people aren't like receptive or like conversational and they're like awkward, I get pissed at that, because I'm like, just fucking.
I learned how to interact with military people when I was an allocation analyst at American Freight. Because almost everyone the reason why American Freight is out of business now and bankrupt is because the company got bought and they fired all these guys. But the entire company was run by Marines. It was literally just a bunch of ex-Marines that they made regional managers, like gave a bunch of stores, and were like, hey, they'll like fucking sell a bunch of shitty furniture to people and like be like cutthroat about it. And like these guys like fucking killed it. But then they got bought out, like a private equity firm bought the company, and like they fired those guys because technically they weren't qualified for their positions. And now the company's bankrupt. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't exist anymore. But like I learned how to like, because like when I first started, I was like, dude, like I fucking hate this guy. Like he's a fucking cunt. Like every time I fucking try to talk to him, like he's a fucking retard. Like everything I say to him, he's like just like fucking give me shit. Like he's telling me this guy's telling me he needs like 72 bed springs. Like he's a fucking moron. And he was a moron. And don't get me wrong, the guy's a moron. Like he needs direction. He cannot be allowed to just like operate on his own. But at the same time, he's a hell of a fucking salesman. Marines are the best fucking salespeople. I'm telling you right now.
There's no bullshit.
You know what's? They're the guys that go in first. Like, you know what's way like easier than like going in first? Selling somebody a couch. That's how I assume, and they have discipline. So
no, like, I mean it's just you made a really good point because of that too. Because I remember when I was like doing construction, it was like after I had finished basic training. So I had just like been in the absolute fucking mud and shit and everything. And then I went to a construction job and they were like, all right, carry these like 80-pound bags of dry concrete up and down this 20% inclined sand ditch down to the pipe. And I was just kind of like, okay.
It's like, oh yeah, they're 120 pounds in the military, so it's fine.
I was just kind of like, all right, I did this with sandbags just because my drill sergeants were bored on a Sunday. So
yeah.
I'm like, this, yeah, sure. Like I just did it all day, sweating, just nothing. And then I kept doing trades for whatever. And just since then, it's just kind of smooth sailing. But yeah, that does not translate. The military speech in construction, it worked great, but it does not translate to like social media people, because they're good on screen, but then off screen, they're not as like talkative and conversational. So
facts, what you just said about that works with construction, the military kind of approach.
Yeah.
You just caught me with there. The reason why that works is because the construction is still basically a male-dominated industry. Just to be real with you. Construction, when I worked, I managed a high net worth individual's collection of cards.
Gentlemen, have a good night.
And he had a roofing company. Jake, thanks, buddy. Love you, buddy.
All right.
But I managed his collection, and I worked at his construction company's office. So I was like around those guys for 2 years. And it's just like there's no women there, basically.
Yeah, actually,
it's a bunch of guys, like, for the most part, that most of these guys didn't graduate college. Like, the managers, like, the project managers have college degrees.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's, like, a bunch of, like, and then, like, the people that are actually doing the work.
Like, the foremen and / laborers / like, operators, yeah.
Yeah, but the actual, like, laborers, the guys, like fucking, like, on the roof, are, like, fucking morons. Like, I used to, like, my boss, every once in a while, they'd be shorthanded. They'd be like, hey, I just need you to go drive down to,
like Home Depot or some shit?
No. What was the fuck? I'm trying to remember the name of the avenue in downtown Columbus near Ohio State's campus. Maybe, like, I need you to just go down there, sit in the truck, and just, like, hang out and, like, to make sure the guys are working. Like, that was, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and that was a big part of it, so... It was just funny. Like, I remember at one point, like, this is crazy. I don't know if these guys were legal or not. I assume they were legal. Like, I didn't work for the same company anyway, but, like, my boss had, like, in 2022, I remember, like, my boss had, like, one of his roofers stab one of his other roofers. They were just two Mexican guys.
Yeah, dude, our operator who ran like the grader, he got jumped by like 15 Mexicans at one of the job sites because
I would be the only person at the office. Like, it would be like me and like the guys that worked. They had a machine shop too, so they had like 3 guys that worked in like the warehouse, like making like pieces of metal for like roofs and stuff or whatever. But like, I would be in my office and like somebody would like ring the doorbell, so I'd have to go out like to the lobby. Because I was the only one there, and I'd like be there, and there would just be a bunch of Mexicans who didn't speak English at all. So I'd like pull up Google Translate on my phone, and I'd be like, you know, hi, you know, hola, how you doing? Like, what do you want? And they'd be like, apply for a job, you know, and like whatever. And I'd like give them the application, or they'd like ask about their paycheck, and like I remember a few times though, like because I would also be in charge, like when a guy would be on like a workers' comp. Like you get hurt or whatever, like there would be sometimes they'd be like, you have to like this guy's getting paid through workers' comp. You have to give him a job though. Like he has to work, but you can't like make him work his like normal job. Like he's got to have some sort of like. So what we would do is we'd make him scrub the floors in the hallway, literally like military style with like a toothbrush basically, and like I'd be in charge of like making sure they kept doing that. So like, and I remember this one guy, like I had him for like a month, dude. And I had him scrub the same hallway like 3 times in a row, like back and forth. And it was like a pretty long hallway. But he would like say stuff, and I'd be like, you know, I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And he'd be like, no hablo. And I'd be like, you hablo. And he would start laughing. He'd be like, I do hablo. I'm like, I knew you hablo.
You fucking hablo, bro. Yeah, I worked with a Mexican crew. and I worked with a Guatemalan crew.
Wow. Tough,
the
by the way.
Huh?
Sorry, I just wanted to say, Minidan says Fax is a fake podcast host
who likes to watch college
football. Yeah.
Actually, DJ Lagway is one of the 2 quarterbacks with the highest throw power in NCAA. So,
Jake, Jake, Fax, I don't give a fuck about that. Go back to what you were talking about.
Yeah, true. Oh, so yeah, the Guatemalan crew. I kind of hold a slight against Guatemalans because I think
I don't know if I've met Guatemalans.
They suck at pipe. They can't do it.
Yeah.
Because they're not the only Guatemalan crew whose work I've had to unfuck. Same thing happened when I did work in South Carolina, and me and my buddy were our own crew. It was just us 2. We had to go take out like 600 feet of pipe from the ground and redo it, and then reseal all of the concrete around everything because they fucked it up so bad. So I kind of don't. Yeah,
I've heard that Fax. That they hey, they'll do it in like a day, but like it's like they'll do it in a day and it's terrible and it's like not gonna last. Like you're gonna spend 3 times as much as you paid them to do it in a day, like maintaining it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I would just essentially you're just kind of like, hey, see where those 4 spots of the sunlight going through into the concrete box? Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. It's actually supposed to be concrete over that part, so water doesn't flood the box. Yeah,
no shit.
Yeah, that's why the pipes are going in. It's called a drainage pipe. Water's not supposed to be on the outside of the pipes. It's supposed to be in them and in the box.
My only experience with concrete my entire life is my parents had their driveway done when I was like 5. And like, dude, those guys did a fucking fantastic job. Because that thing still didn't have any fucking cracks in it.
Hey, man, I'll just say it. Shovel in my hand. I'm up with the best. No person in the Miniverse is better than me with a shovel. I'm just a saying.
That driveway is probably about 25 years old and doesn't have a crack.
I could do that driveway. I could level that driveway with my shovel.
I'm gonna tomorrow when I go over there, I'm gonna like do a video walking up the driveway. It's a long ass driveway.
Please,
like, you're gonna be
this
like,
is your parents' house?
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love your parents' house.
Oh, my parents' house is fucking sick.
It's just so aesthetically pleasing. It's such a beautiful house.
My parents' house, if it were like in like Boston, it would be worth $4 million.
Yeah.
If it were in Columbus, it'd be worth like $2 million. But it's in Huntington, West Virginia, so it's probably worth like $300,000. So it's great.
That was the beauty of growing up in the middle of Wisconsin. Same shit. It's like my house in Boston is probably worth like $800,000 or like $900,000, but in Wisconsin,
how
you got it for $172.
How close were you to Racine?
Racine's like south. It's like near Milwaukee, I think.
It's a shithole, right?
2 hours, yeah. Yeah.
So the Racine Goodwill had a opening for an operations manager. And I know a guy that like does a lot of business. He doesn't work for Goodwill, but he does a lot of business with Goodwills.
Okay.
And he has like I talked to him before, and it's like, hey, if a job comes open like at one of these places, let me know so I can potentially.
Word.
Like he was like, yeah, I paid $49,000 a year. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna move to Racine for $49,000. Like that's wild. That's fucking crazy.
Get a
$49,000, like, huh?
Get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for $700 a month, probably there.
Yeah, that's great. It's fucking fantastic.
Dude, I saw that in my hometown. I remember when I was like 20 or some shit. I wasn't sure. It was when Jess was pregnant with our first kid. And I wasn't sure if I was going to move her up to Wisconsin and we were going to stay in Wisconsin, or if I was going to go back down to Florida and we were going to stay in Florida. And I was looking at like houses and stuff. And there was like legit a 3-bed, 2-bath like ranch house for like $850 a month.
Yeah.
And it's
we get that down here too. I mean,
but it's insane. I'm like, I could literally have like a nice, and it was a decent home though too. It was just like out in kind of closer towards like where all the farmers were at. It was like kind of nice, you know, like that's the nice advantages of small towns. But then, like you said, with your offer, that's the disadvantage of small towns is like you'll get an offer for operations manager for $49K.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Racine's not a small town though, is it?
No. Yeah, because I was gonna say, well,
I'm gonna look it up real quick. I bet Racine would be the big. Real quick, I bet Racine, Wisconsin would be the biggest city in West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
It's possible because it's near Milwaukee. So.
Oh yes, it would be 76,000 people.
Okay. So
the largest cities in West Virginia are Charleston and Huntington. Charleston's about 42, and Huntington's about 40 at this point.
Yeah, where I grew up in Stevens Point, it was 26,000.
That's right. My buddy Josh Dillon, he went Nakusa, papermakers.
My mom went to high school in Nakusa.
Yeah, that's around there, right?
It's about 40 minutes away. Yeah.
That's because he would be like, I'm from Nakusa, and the big cities like Stevens Point or whatever. That's like it was in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the big city. Yeah, 26,000. Because like it's like you go towards Nakusa, you go through Wisconsin Rapids, which is like maybe like.
I'm gonna go pee, by the way, but I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm on mic. I'm just gonna go pee.
Do that.
You're gonna hear me pee.
Mm-hmm.
But keep going.
But yeah, so you go through Stevens Point, and then you go through Wisconsin Rapids, which is like 18,000. And then you go to Wausau, which is, I think, closer to us. So I think it's like 20,000, 22,000. And then you get to Nakusa. Nakusa's like fucking like 8,000.
My girlfriend, high school,
Oh. Yeah, I was when I was in high school, it was like my senior year, so like 2016, I moved down to Melbourne, in Florida, and I was trying to find like a ultimate frisbee team.
Yeah.
Because I had been playing for a while, and when I was playing pickup games of ultimate frisbee, I actually met this dude who had just moved to Melbourne too, and his wife had gone to college at UWSP. At UW Stevens Point.
Oh, okay.
So she like came in, and I was like, yeah, I just moved down here from Stevens Point. And she was like, no shit. She's like, I went to college there for 4 years. And I was like, oh, damn.
I've never been there before. The only connection I have to Wisconsin is when I went to, I've been to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan.
Love that.
My family is originally from Sault Ste. Marie, the McKays.
Yeah, because I sent you that song, Sleeping Bears,
yes.
St. Marie, yeah.
So I went, when I was in 2004, when I was in 6th grade, we got an RV. And my dad, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and then we got my dad's parents, because that's where they're from. Okay. We went up there and drove all the way up there, all the way through Ohio, all the way through Michigan. That's tough, dude. Went to Mackinac Island, and then we crossed the Mackinac Bridge and went to Sault Ste. Marie, which is right up where Ontario is, where the lakes come together.
Is it like as beautiful as it sounds?
No, dude, it's fucking hideous.
Really?
I'm not kidding you at all right now. We went in like July or August, and it was like fucking, dude, it's not pretty at all. It like felt like it was like you're in the middle of, and to be honest with you, like we were visiting the McKays, like my family, like my dad's brothers.
Gotcha.
So we were at their place. They lived in like little shacks. They were all drunks and like fucking like white trash, like horrible, dude. Like they all were like fucking like, they were like, so like you like got a big house, like your dad's, you know what I mean? Like they were saying that shit to me, like it was horrible.
Dude.
But my grandfather, my dad's dad, got out of there. Like he was like the youngest brother, and he was like, I'm not gonna do this and like be a felon and like fight and drink and stuff. And he moved down to Traverse City, which is where Kirk Van Show is gonna do a show, supposedly.
Yeah.
And then he moved to he worked for NCR. So then they moved into Dayton, Ohio, and then they moved to Parkersburg, West Virginia. And then my mom's family, my mom's grandfather, or my mom's father was born in New York City. His mother was from Ireland. And then her mom was first generation American. Her parents are from Sicily. So
that's where my mom's side came from Castelvano in like the 1920s.
What's Castelvano? I don't know where that is.
Like near Sicily.
Oh, cool.
And
it's crazy, dude. My great grandfather, my mom's grandfather, had red hair and blue eyes, and he was born and raised in Sicily.
Yeah, that's a thing because my mom
crazy.
My mom is also an Italian redhead. So
it happens.
Yeah. It's possible. But my great uncle, the one who had come from Italy, and then my great grandfather, because they were brothers. But my uncle, 4 times great, is actually, his name's John Scalise, and he was Al Capone's #1 hitman.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so him and his partner Albert Anselmi were like the 2 guys behind the St. Valentine's Day massacre. They were the top mobsters, the most successful hitmen in the Chicago Prohibition era.
John T. Scalish. John Scalise. John Scalise.
Him and his partner were killed
James C. Licavoli.
Were killed by Al Capone.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, because they got set up.
One of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to is this Al Capone biography. It was so good, dude. Like, I'll send it to you. It was so good.
Yeah, do that.
Ooh.
I was saying that because you reminded me, because you were talking about your uncles or your grandfather's brothers. My grandmother's brothers, they're the same way, but they're over in Minneapolis, and they're all, well, a lot of them have died now, but
they're like towny, like drunks, like losers.
They showed up to my sister's graduation drunk in like a van, all of them together in like this shitty like Astro van, like with the wood panels.
Kind of like towny rednecks.
Yeah, no, but they're not. They're all mobsters.
Oh, okay.
They're all Italian mobsters.
Well, they're like, people don't realize that either. Like, most mobsters are like poor redneck, basically. Like,
it kind of like, essentially
they're trash, because
unless you're like in that like New York, Chicago, or like Jersey area, like being like my great uncle, which one was it? My great uncle John. When he was alive, he was like the Don of Minneapolis or Minnesota area.
Okay.
So he was the Don, and then my other uncles were like capos and stuff, and they just all showed up in this Astro van, and then they're all like in the backyard on our deck, just fucking being loud, just disturbing every person that like is in our town, basically, because they all went to high school together with my sister.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they're just like terrorizing all of like our family.
Like trashy.
Yeah, just talking, yelling so loud. My Uncle John's like, "Here you go. Go get something nice for your mother. You always got to take care of your mother." And then he gave me like $10, and I was like 11 or something, and I was like, I don't know what that.
The only family that I have that was like actually like, so my dad's family I was talking about in Sault Ste. Marie. When we went, Sault Ste. Marie is a twin city. There's the Michigan side, and then there's the Ontario side.
Gotcha.
So we were not able to go to Canada though, because my dad's uncle, my grandfather's brother, was a felon, because like an Indian guy like shot his dog, and like he beat him up and like got a big fight with him or something, and like the guy got out of jail, and they like he explained it all to me. Like, this guy, by the way, had like 2 fingers. He had like one of these going on because he was a carpenter, but he was also drunk. So he had like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the crazy thing too is he was only drinking near beer, supposedly. So, but he would drink, like he would just sit there, like in the garage. I was there for a fucking week, dude. It was horrible. There was nothing to do, and this guy just sat there and he would drink what do you call it? It was near beer, like 0.2% beer. You know what I mean?
Oh, like O'Doul's or some shit.
O'Doul's, yes. Thank you. He would sit there and he would drink O'Doul's, like he would drink like 20 O'Doul's. You know what I mean? And like, like I would like be sitting there because like he would be sitting there with my grandfather and my dad and stuff, and I would sit there with them because there was nothing to do. It was a big farm basically, and and he'd be like, "Hey, go away! You're bothering me, kid." And I'd have to like just go away. So I would just like go stand over in the driveway. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to fucking do. We were there for like a week, and I was like. And and my mom was like, "Why don't we go to Canada?" And like, we couldn't go because he was a felon. And I was like, well, it's rude to leave him and like go without him.
Fuck him. That's what I would have said. I was a fuck him.
We went through we did go on a tour boat like that went through the lock and dam between Canada and the United States. So I technically was in Canadian water, but I've never actually been to Canada before. But I remember too, like I was in the boat, the tour boat, and I looked over to like to one side, the Canada side, and like there was like bright and sunny, and there were a couple people waving at me. It was like a park on their side, and then the American side, the Michigan side, was like
St. Marie,
very industrial looking. You know what I mean? And like it
fucking
was all
Pittsburgh.
like gray. It was gray. There were a bunch of crows.
Ugh.
And like Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, there was like just a bunch of like fucking porn, like adult bookstores and like strip clubs and like, cause it was like where like the guys that worked on the boats would just like fucking get off the boat and just like fucking party basically.
Yeah,
that makes horrible fucking place.
Just bars, and a lot of clubs,
and a lot of Sioux Indians. Ton of Sioux Indians.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Sault Ste. Marie, it does make sense.
The only uncle I stayed with was like my great uncle Dan, and he was the only one that wasn't involved with all the other stuff. Like he wasn't really involved with all the mob stuff. He owned a karaoke bar, or he still owns a karaoke bar. And I went up to Minnesota with my mom, and we stayed with my uncle Dan. And because we went up there, because when American Idol, when the seasons would be over, like the top like 10 or 12 contestants would do like a nationwide tour. And me and my mom traveled to Minnesota because they always did a show in Minnesota, and we would see the American Idol like top 10 go and perform and shit. And we did that. And so when I visited him, that was like essentially his house. Like other than that event, there was like nothing to do at his house. It was just a hoarder, just a bunch of magazines and CDs and karaoke machines. But like nothing to do. And he was just like, he just talks nonsense all the time. He's like kind of kooky, you know, but he's fun. He's funny. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But he's just like kooky talking about shit. Like he'll bring up people, he'll see someone like outside, just like walking their dog, and he'll be like, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?"
You just reminded me, like when you said that, the reason why like that all came together is my second cousins or whatever. I met them when I was there. Up in Sault Ste. Marie, they're from Wisconsin. They all lived like in Wisconsin, like I think in northern Wisconsin. But like I remember, like it was like a long drive for them to get to the
like Rhinelander.
I don't know, like I don't know anything about Wisconsin. I never fucking been there, but the Upper Peninsula in Michigan is connected to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I've been. To the UP.
I think they live in like the part where like it's Wisconsin, but it's like close.
Basically,
to, like,
the UP. Yeah,
yeah.
That's like that's like Rhinelander, McNaughton, because there's a summer camp up there.
All my cousins my mom played hockey, by the way. Like I had cousins that played for like the Sault Ste. Marie, Canada's got a JHL team or whatever, like junior hockey league.
Oh, okay.
And I had a couple cousins actually played for that team. Like they never made it, obviously, but like they all played hockey, which I had nothing to relate to, dude. I know nothing about hockey. Like at all. I know less about hockey than you do, I guarantee it.
Probably
you grew up in Wisconsin.
Well, no, I was just gonna say my little league teammate is like the top player on the Canadians.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
He was like, I was in the dugout, and my two little league teammates on the Cubs.
We were like
Cole Caulfield.
Caulfield.
Yeah, on the Montreal Canadiens. He was like a round 1 pick in like 2020 or some shit. But yeah, Caulfield is like CAUFIELD. Yeah.
15th overall pick in 19.
Yeah. So that was my little league.
Did you go to school with him?
Yeah, we went to Stevens Point, area senior high.
Yep, Stevens Point's area senior high.
Yeah, Spash.
He scored. So your high school had hockey?
Yeah, because we were also like the number 4 basketball team in the nation.
That's pretty good.
Because I think you've heard this, but yeah, I went to high school with Sam Hauser, who's on the Celtics.
Yeah.
And then his little brother Joey was the other little league teammate. So it was Cole, Joey, and me, and those were the guys I talked to the most too, because they were nice guys. They just want to have fun, so they were fun to like shoot the shit with. So it was just funny that I like going into adulthood. All of a sudden, I hear like, oh, Joey Hauser's like, I think he's in the G League right now. He's like on the Atlanta team, and then Cole is on the Canadians.
When you said that about basketball, it's funny. Like, there's almost no one you could talk to who could say like, what did you say your high school was number 4?
I think 4 or 8 or something.
There's almost no one you can talk to who can say my high school was number 1.
Yeah,
but I can.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. 2007 Huntington Highlanders. We didn't finish season number 1. We hang on. 2007 Huntington High versus St. Patrick. Number 1 versus number 2 on ESPN in Marshall Stadium. This is the stadium. The fuck crazy. This is my high school. All right. God damn it. Never mind. It doesn't matter. But the point is, it was. It was about to work too. I fucked it up. But yeah, we had OJ Mayo and Patrick Patterson. And then we had Chris Early, who went to Oklahoma. And the 6th man played at Marshall. Like, that's how good that team was. So, but yeah, they were number 1 in the country. They lost that game, actually. Like, in overtime, I believe.
Oh, really?
But, but they finished, I think, 2nd or 3rd in the country that year. And it's public school, like Stevens Point. So it's kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's like...
OJ got drafted in the first round to Memphis. Or not, he didn't get drafted by Memphis. I think he got drafted by Milwaukee, and they traded him to Memphis.
Oh, okay.
But he ended up playing for Memphis. And then Pat Patterson had a decent career.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, our school was literally like funded by the athletics department. That was just, I think, like, we were just like good at it, like cross country.
Well, is Tyler Hero from your area?
Joe Pavelski he was a San Jose Shark for a long time, Dallas Star.
I heard Tyler Hero's brother's a cunt.
I've heard that too.
So,
actually, I heard that from you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just perpetuating my own narrative at this point, but it's fine.
That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The Watts are from Wisconsin, but not anywhere I know. I'm
gonna reach out to Josh, and I'll have Josh on. We'll do a Wisconsin fucking show sometime. That'll be fucking great.
We'll have to.
He went to Ohio State. He worked at the card shop for us, so he was like our kind of intern almost. Like, he was a student at Ohio State, and like he would just kind of basically hang out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Great guy. Great kid.
Awesome. I mean,
but he was a Nakusa papermaker.
Yeah.
He was always sick too. Like, the guy blew his knee out and got a tube in his knee and was down for forever. So I used to how I put people's faces on stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do him, Iowa, where they wave at the children's hospital. I would put his face on the children's hospital and be everybody's waving at Josh. His birthday for his 21st, 22nd, and 23rd birthday every year on Facebook. I'd be hey, it's our annual tradition where we all wave at Josh because he's in the hospital sick.
That's good. That's good.
I just beat the hell out of him, but.
We were the Spash Panthers, because that's Stevens Point Area Senior High. You just call it Spash.
That was your mascot?
The Panthers, yeah.
Oh, Panthers. Spash Panthers.
The high school was just called Spash. Yeah.
Spash.
Yeah. Stevens
Point. How many people did you graduate with?
I think 400 or something.
That's about what I did.
Yeah. 400?
Yeah, about 400.
I think something like that. But athletics too. I started with my buddy the Ultimate Frisbee Club too, and our first year at the state tournament.
Real quick, Stevens Point Area High School?
Area Senior High.
There we go. I'm going to see I want to see your best alumni. We're going to go alumni to alumni.
I think it's like Joey Hauser, Cole Caulfield.
Buddy, you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to pull it up. Don't worry about it.
That Olympic wrestler dude. I forget his name. Ben DeWise, I think. Joe Pavelski.
Well, number 1 is Kathy Bennett, the NIU Huskies women's basketball coach.
Oh, there you go. There's a WNBA player, Janelle McCarville, who I played Frisbee with.
Kurt Clausen, Rachel Graham. Who would you say is like number 1 of this list?
Probably Joe Pavelski.
Joey Hauser.
No, that's the guy I played Little League with. He's
Joey Hauser. Okay.
Yep, and then his brother Sam.
Joe Pavelski.
Yeah. Played for the Sharks for years and played for the Stars.
Dude, I think my high school's got yours beat.
Cole Caulfield's been on Spittin' Chicklets like 2 or 3 times, and he did like their Sandbagger one, the golf challenge one, I think.
All right, let's compare.
Because that's the only way I know anything about hockey is if I listen to that show.
First of all, there's all our championships, a lot of them. But
no big deal.
No big deal. All right. Who we got? Jeff Morrison. He won the NCAA tournament in tennis.
Hell yeah.
OJ Mayo, basketball. Patrick Patterson. Kayla Williams. I went to prom with her. She won the 2009 vault championship and then like a bunch of national championships at Alabama.
Oh.
Darnell Wright, 10th overall pick, 2023.
Darnell Wright, yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he went to Huntington.
That's sick.
And I don't know who this is. Darren Peterson.
Darren Cunningham.
We have no idea who it is. He's apparently American. He's apparently a fucking McDonald's All-American. But he didn't go to Huntington High, though. No, he didn't at all. That's Huntington Prep. It's not Huntington High.
Huntington Prep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huntington Prep's not the same thing. That's here, too. But, like, here's the Miles Bridges, like, the whole.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah. It's like one of those, like, crazy prep schools. It's here.
Oh, for basketball, basically.
Yeah. Like all these like crazy guys went there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously Jonathan Kuminga.
Do you know what? Actually,
Johnson.
We didn't have a very good football team. Our football team wasn't very good.
Ours was terrible when I was there.
Yeah, ours was like pretty bad. But yeah, our basketball team was great. I was on the varsity swim team. I think a couple of our guys went to state, but I did the fly.
Did you shave your entire body when you were on the swim team?
I did not.
No, you didn't shave your legs?
No, but I did dye my hair. I bleached blonde, dyed my hair. For like,
what year did you graduate high school?
2017. Because you graduated, what, 2011?
Yeah.
That's when my sister graduated. Yeah.
That does. Yeah, I think I'm the same age.
Yeah.
That doesn't irritate me as much as like 2020.
Yes, I'm saying it's only like 6 years.
Like 2017. No, so Jay.
Still in the 2010s. Facts. We're in the same decade.
Yes, but also facts. You didn't have COVID. Like you went through a normal experience where like you had books, and like you didn't have like this stupid like tablet bullshit. Like you went through like pretty much the same experience I went through.
We were like I think we were like in high school we had laptops, but that was just to do like Word and PowerPoint.
They used to bring in like a cart when I was in high school with a bunch of laptops.
So that's how it started in middle school. But then in high school, since I told you like the athletic department, it made like the school money. So it's like they had like the laptop program and then they like fully integrated it right when I got to high school.
So you like guys were assigned laptops?
Yeah, right. I was
that wasn't one. Yeah, that's Yeah, my generation did not.
No, my sister did not have them when she was.
Yeah.
No, my oldest sister didn't have them, but the one after her, 2 years past, did.
Yeah.
So you guys missed it by like 2-3 years.
Yeah, like
it went nationwide like very fast.
There needs to be like a divider in the generational thing, like on like when they assign you a laptop in public schools. You know what I mean? Like
because you guys are
and after.
Yeah, you guys are literally like
that blows my mind, dude. Because they wouldn't let us take textbooks home. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were like, no, you got to leave the textbook here. But now they're like giving kids like fucking laptops. Are you kidding me?
That's insane. Dude, I don't even know what they're doing nowadays, to be honest.
They didn't trust us at all. Literally, like, they'd be like, leave, you're not allowed to take textbook home. Don't take textbook home. Like, what's
like fuck? That's like an army training. Like, you weren't allowed to, like, take your notes home, but that was, like, more of, like, a security.
Just
that's
like
more of a security thing.
Well, and also, like, the army's just, like, retarded. And they'll just, like, make you do something retarded just because. You know what I mean? But, like, the point is like, make sure you follow orders.
Yeah, well,
like, it's just like, yeah.
I came to peace pretty quickly. Most of the time, the point is just fuck you. Just fuck you.
Do you know how good my department would be at the company I work for currently if I was able to, like, assign them to go, like, put the rocks, like, in summer and winter mode?
Flip them over.
Yeah.
When they're hot,
I got a bunch of rocks that need flipped over.
They need some sun, man. Flip them over.
Like, it's not nice that rock's like just laying there, like not getting any sun. Like, I feel like it's only fair that like 6 months of the year the rock's on one side, 6 months of the year the rock's on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
And then also too, they would be like, oh, all these sandbags, they're not like filled all the way. So
yeah. I don't
want to dump all of them out.
Yeah.
And then fill all of them back up to the top, and then build me a throne that I can sit on.
Yeah,
that was one of my assignments. We
facts,
built the drill sergeant
like
a throne.
If you guys didn't fill the fucking bags up correctly the first time, I don't trust you to like just top them off. I need you to start over.
We weren't there, but yeah.
Yeah, I need you to start over. If the people that came before you,
couldn't do it right,
bags up before, I feel like you guys need to like.
You guys should learn from step one because we fucked up somewhere in the process.
Yeah,
so let's just go back to the beginning. Yeah,
and also like I gotta sit down. Like I'm old. Like my back hurts.
Yep.
So the problem is like I couldn't make it through the grunt part, but I'd be very good at the officer part.
Officers do more usually.
Well, no, yeah, and I'd probably like do a good job of that, but like no, I'd be very good at the part where I tell you guys to like flip the rocks over.
Oh, that's the drill sergeant part. So
I'd be a very good drill sergeant, but I would be a terrible enlistee.
Oh, you mean just like a regular private or something?
Yeah. It would hurt my feelings when he yells at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, eventually though, you just kind of accept it.
But I get that. But like, I can like dish it out, but I can't take it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so good because it just forces you to take it, and then just like eventually you just become numb, and then you're just like, anyone can say anything. That's why even with the whole Kirk thing, like the phone call, it didn't affect me whatsoever because it's just like that's all you got. Like I've been like professionally yelled at and insulted, like by people who went to like 12 weeks of training to learn how to professionally insult and degrade me.
And to be fair, like Kirk, this is by the way, Fax is not endorsing what I'm about to say. Kirk has no idea what it's like actually like work at a professional services firm or something where like people actually like lay into you. Like to be real, he worked at Upper Deck making base.
Well, I thought the radio business, I thought it's pretty toxic.
The radio business, it is, but like Kirk's more toxic than anyone in the radio business. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Kirk, but what made him Kirk.
Kirk's a liberal arts guy. He never did like I'm going to go work for a professional services firm. He never worked for KPMG. He never worked for what's his face? Not Dave Portnoy, not Big Cat, but the other one. The one
KFC.
KFC worked for not KPMG, but he worked for Deloitte and Touche. Yeah, Kirk never like his dad did all that. Like Kirk's dad like rose to the top of that pyramid of professional services bullshit. But no, that's where they actually like when I was in public accounting for like 2 years. That's the most shit I've ever eaten my entire life. Like being serious with you. Like that's where they really like fucking lay into you. You know, professional accounting, professional lawyering, professional doctoring.
That's what
those are where they like really fucking hate you.
That was kind of like the thing, though, right? He grew up eating.
He already his dad already did that.
Yeah, his dad kind of got him good.
Kirk went into liberal arts. Like Kirk majored in like English and like worked for like a newspaper or something. Like you know what I mean?
And
like,
then
he never like it's not the same thing. Like I'm serious, business is not the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would know, but also at the same time, I don't really hold that against him because he's just
I don't either.
He's really, really good at what he does.
So my point was where you were like he laid into me and like it really didn't hurt me that much because like it wasn't that big of a deal. Like like it's on like the hierarchy. It's like the military guys really lay into you, then the business guys, and then like the medical guys. Probably the medical guys, but business guys actually, but like. The journalism and like English humanities guys are like way down here.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, no. I see what you're saying. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I mean, and also I feel like what I said wasn't really like that bad. I was like,
no, it wasn't at all.
Yeah, I mean, I liked them, and it's just like I did genuinely have a really good time, and like Kirk is a really nice guy. Like he's nice. It was just like that one thing where I was like, oh yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, but other than that, I learned a lot. And then he focused on like one thing that I said like off the cuff. Like I just said, oh, ins and outs. And I just kind of said that like randomly. I was
really like, oh yeah, Fax knows all about.
Yeah, I wasn't really hanging my hat on that phrase. It was just kind of like in the flow of conversation. But
I don't know why Fax is really here right now. I employed him as an intern, but I don't really know why he's here.
Oh yeah, I didn't really get that part either. The thing was just like I just
also I don't know why like Fax had a relationship with Cinema at all. Like actually, you and Cinema were pretty tight. Like I remember that.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like Cinema was nicer to me than I was to Cinema. I was kind of a dick to Cinema looking back. I was on a couple of his things. Like he always invited me.
Yeah,
I went on like half of them he invited me to, but like, and then when I would go on, I was like kind of like I would just shit on it, which is kind of my personality. But also, no, but that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, but he likes that though.
Yeah, but it's a bummer.
He does. He likes the banter. So it's like he always liked that stuff. He was like, yeah, he was totally into it. Yeah.
I lost my my best friend growing up, died really young, so like it's kind of like another one, but bummer.
Yeah,
I miss Cinema. I like Cinema. I was thinking about Cinema because I know you guys were close, and we talked about some stuff that we would have talked about with Cinema. But I went on I did House of the Dragon with Mick with Cinema. I think like season 1, like episode 2 or something. It's like me and
Mick,
something like that.
Because I remember he kept trying to convince me to watch it because I told him I was gonna get to it because he wanted me to do that. But then like I just like
I remember all during season 2, like he was like, yes, like he liked the show pretty well, and I was like, dude, this is fucking garbage. I fucking hate.
You didn't like it?
I fucking hate House of the Dragons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was talking. He was talking it up, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, you gotta get in there, man. We gotta watch it. And I was like, maybe I'll get to it, man.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I mean, for me, it's just like every time it's mostly just with the stuff that we were talking about towards the end was just like, so like Sinners, Fantastic Four, and then kind of like The Bear season 4.
I'm excited about the Fantastic Four movie.
Me too. Me too. But I think literally the last conversation that he and I had, I was like, I bet you $50 that Johnny Storm's gonna be gay.
Is he?
That's like the thing. Here, hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll read. I messaged him that I was like, I bet you $50 that he's gonna be gay. I just got that feeling from the trailer, man. I told him. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. Literally.
Johnny Storm is officially bi pan.
I said to him, I bet you $50 they're gonna make Human Torch gay. I can almost guarantee it. And then he responded. He was like, that would be fucking awful, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least bit at this point. And then I was like, I just get that vibe from the trailer and the poster. And then he's like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I'd be livid, as it is the comic Quinn made about playing the character had made me nervous. And then I was like, yeah, I don't care about Silver Surfer being a woman, but the vibe of the trailer rubbed me wrong. Because like, I think the first trailer was kind of bad. I liked the second one.
I haven't seen the trailers. Was he a comics guy at all, or was he just a movies guy?
Yeah, no, he was comics too. Because that's what he said right here. Because he was like, I find a female surfer to be significantly less intimidating. Use this change for no reason. And then he's like, oh yeah, we have to balance every single thing out so no one online complains. That's retarded. And I was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, that's a valid point. They're so focused on making an inclusive movie, they drop drastically in quality. We're basically just like doing his show, just like over DM.
I was looking through my DMs with him earlier, like a couple hours ago, just to see what was the last DMs I had with him. It's like November 24th, 2024, where he was in the farm league, and I kept being like, I would send the invites for the Living Room with Luke, and he'd be like, man, dude, I wish I could make it, but I can't make it. It's kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny. But hey, Fax, I gotta go to bed, dude. I appreciate you coming on tonight, man. It's a great show.
Oh yeah, dude, we killed it. That was like 3 hours, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. 3 hours and 8 minutes. Pretty good.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I'll let you get some sleep, man.
Yep. Let's do it again sometime.
We got to.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch 'em all is my real test, to train 'em is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.